Forever. Come on, baby, light my fire. Ready for the show. Now I feel your love desire. Please don't ever go. I don't care, I'm so excited. Now I feel so free. Paradise into your eyes, so let it be. All the time, I need your shiny smile. Tonight I'm really gonna play. You know that life is just a game. Forever young, we're all for one. Forever love and fun, until the morning sun. Forever.
Welcome to the Fate Prism TTRPG. This is going to be session number 10, and we are going to be starting on in-game day 4 of your adventure.
We've hit double digits.
I'm actually really happy that we made it that far. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, fair.
Today joining us is everybody except for one. First off, we have Atlas Core.
That's me.
We have AI Ignister.
Hello.
And we have Zivuth. He says hi.
Zivuth, the ever silent.
Now, you might notice that Raven is not with us at the moment, and that's purely because, well, we're not entirely sure. We think he's probably just running late or slept in. So what we've done is we've added him directly. We've sent him messages letting him know that we're starting. Hopefully he gets in here before the game ends, but if worst comes to worst, we'll just, I guess we'll just have him tag along as a silent character.
Old man had to take an old man nap. Y'all know how it is.
Yeah, probably. Let's go ahead and get the game started. First off, on the last session, the last thing that happened was that you guys had a fucking field day of a session because you were at Zahir's rave in the Yellow Beach Domain. Had a fun time kicking the ass of all the Marauders.
As we do every time they show up.
Yeah, and you had a good amount of information. I guess, technically. More questions than answers, probably. So we'll go ahead and say it is the morning of day 4, which is Sunday, May 17th. Now, who is waking up first?
Barry!
I should have guessed.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured.
Now, Barry, when you wake up, you immediately trudge your way into the living room because, let's be honest, you partied your goddamn heart out last night. And the second you walk in, you hear a loud kerthunk against the front door.
Good. That's weird. We don't get visitors here. I guess I should go into the door. Does the door have like a peephole?
It does, actually.
Can I look through the peephole just see what's going on?
You can look through the peephole and you see nothing and no one there.
Barry's gonna like fiddle with the door lock. He's like, did we just get ding dong dish? What the hell is that? Barry opens the door.
You don't see any people there, but you definitely see a gigantic rolled up pile of white paper sitting in front of your door. The Sunday paper has arrived.
Never mind, I apologize for my ding dong ditch comment as he reaches down to pull up the piece of paper. Oh, good lord, that is long.
Wait, did you send the entire news in text?
He did. I can't fit it all on my screen at the same time.
Just scroll it.
Yeah, I just gotta scroll it a bit. Alrighty, well, Barry's gonna get started on the morning coffee for everyone while looks at the morning paper. He's kind of reading it quietly to himself while he fixes up the cups of coffee for everyone.
By this point, I'd say it's safe that everybody else is waking up and trudging their way into the living room no differently than you, because they may not have partied as hard as you did, but they got to experience it.
We all got roughly equal amounts of sleep, that being not a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, morning everybody. Morning everybody. Good to see you. I got cups of coffee ready for everyone.
What that you got in your hands?
Oh, we got the Sunday paper. There's so much here. Like that, I would not expect the Sunday paper to be this big. Yeah, check out this little article right here. Marauder damage at an all-time low. Recent damage and attacks down by an estimated 30%. And Thunder Force endorses a new team of vigilante heroes. Barry does like the Lenny face, the thing with the eyebrows. Is like, Good to know that people love the good deeds we doing.
We'll just say that Joseph is basically just kind of like exhausted for the moment, and he's just silently listening to what you guys are saying.
Next up down here, Circus officially opens for the first day. Ringmaster Victor promises to show you'll never forget, and 3 shows a day for 6 weeks. That's a long ass circus, damn. You ever reckon those circus people get tired? Like, that's a lot. Like I remember being a kid, going to a circus, seeing the strongman for the first time. It kind of started making me want to be, big and buff. He, flexes mildly to demonstrate the point. I did it in real life, and I pulled a muscle.
Mistakes were made.
You good,
Yeah,
dude?
that's what I get for doing push-ups at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Anyways, seafood prices set to increase Monday. Decline in fish supply continues. Demand remains unchanged. Domain Master Doran and all direct family declined interviews. Oh, why would the fish supply be dwindling though? Well, I guess if it's a domain and it's in the water, right? They can only fish nearby. So if the demand for diadems that high, they might have overfished.
I would say we could go investigate, but yeah, there's one tiny issue for that for me.
Yeah, you don't do water too well, do you?
Nope.
Bummer. Yeah, that's true. We'll figure that out as we go. Next up here, Barry turns the page. Wood shortage resolved. Diadem's wood supply ran dry since Black Domain shut down over a year ago. Meeting held between Masters and King Akarui at Miranda Satellite. Black Domain shut down. I'm trying to think, what is the Black Domain? What's black magic? That's dark magic. Why would that have any bearing on the wood supply?
Interesting question.
This is a very interesting question. Next, Mountain Valley Bathhouse reopening. Brown Demesne's hot spring facility renovations complete. Foreman Mott.
It's Mott.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's the name of the Egyptian deity of not creation, but building or something. That's an Egyptian god's name. I know that. I just can't think of what.
Yeah, I only know the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent, and that card is ass.
Yeah.
Foreman Mott honored his first customer for free. Well, good for him, I reckon. And 50% off animal vaccinations. All species welcome, no exceptions. At Caelum's Critters Pet Shop. Barry glances over at Sunny.
Your pet chicken seems to be enjoying itself, although it looks like it's pecking at the coop, wanting to spread its wings.
Barry will go over there and open up the cage, let him roam about. Just don't tear nothing up now. Get him some food and some water. Barry wasn't quite thinking, and he got excited by the morning paper. Might ought to take the little goober to get vaccinated. We don't quite know his history. Always pays to double check these things.
It really does.
I'd bet you 50% off. I mean, you can't beat that deal. You think one of these days we should try taking Sunny out on one of our adventures? On a place that's supposedly relatively safe and shouldn't have a marauder attack?
Wait, well, don't forget what happened in the green domain.
Don't forget what's happened in every damn domain. Let's be honest for a minute. Like, what domains have we been to where the Marauders ain't pitched a fit? Miranda Satellite. We didn't see him in Conroy's library. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh, Arledge's pastor.
Well, technically, we assume they were there. We assume they're the ones that did what they did to the dragon. Especially now that we know that they're carrying gold swords as standard issue weapons.
True. Got me there.
Yeah, like we didn't see them, but we kind of know who was behind it. You know.
Yeah, but hey, we have two.
Yeah, we got two of them now. This is true. You could go dual wielding if you wanted.
Well,
I wish I. Yeah, I was about to say I wish I could.
Yeah, his skill set won't allow it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was about to say he could. He just wouldn't get Shadow Strike. Or would he get stealth at all? Now that I think about it.
His stealth ability only allows him to carry one weapon at a time.
Oh, so he wouldn't get his stealth bonus at all. Oh, damn. Me over here with my twin battle axes is like, you know this? All right. Anyways, yeah, that's all we got in the paper.
Everything else is pretty much just pointless advertisements and space filler.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised they had us featured in the newspaper. Well, they didn't say us, but let's be real. We all know new team of vigilante heroes. I think we know who they referred to.
Most likely.
Yeah, I don't see anyone else doing nothing about these Marauders. Well, the Thunderbolts seem to be trying, but just, yeah. Very interesting. Alright, well, cool. I mean, shoot, as many pages there are on this paper, this ought to have us sorted for Sonny's Coop for probably another week.
That's true. That's true. Well, you guys got your breakfast going underway, cups of coffee, and whatever else you feel like making in your borderline exhaustion.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about where you want to go for the day? Or the morning, at least.
Cricket.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got nothing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Barry does have one solo venture he wants to go on, but I don't know if that's something we want to do immediately, or do we all want to talk about it as a group, or...
I feel like the best option if you want to do like a special side mission would be to do that as a group. Since Raven's not here, maybe it would be best to put that on the back burner for another day.
Yeah, probably.
But, if you'd like, I could possibly give you a little bit of guidance on this and give us something that wouldn't be too unobtrusive that we could get him easily jumped back into when he comes in.
Yeah, I must say, we could, like, go get Sonny vaccinated.
Well, you could start with that. You could also just go and see the circus.
This is also true. Well,
yeah.
I want to make sure our boy Sonny's good. Not to mention, it's like, we can't... I lost my whole train of thought, never mind. It's gone.
That's fine. It's up to you. We could do either or.
What do we all feel like doing? This is a group project, despite the fact I've been doing the most talking.
Yeah, well, I guess that we could do what you suggested, Alice, and get Sonny vaccinated.
Yeah, just be like a quick little venture of no consequence.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that works. All right.
Yeah, and then after that, we could go to the circus.
Yeah,
that works.
Sounds like fun. Hey, Sonny, you ready to go on a little venture through the town?
And Ziv, what do you have to say on this? You feel like going to get Sonny vaccinated? Okay. She wants to train her sword skills as well. Okay. Well, you know what? There is probably a place we can send you to do that. Okay, so what would you rather do then? Would you rather go and get your sword skills trained, or would you rather come with the group and get Sonny vaccinated first? Okay, we'll start with the vaccination and we'll see where we can go from there. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Discord has been acting up a lot lately. I won't even argue that.
Yeah, that's pretty factual.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at points, Discord just like disconnects me from a VC for no reason.
Blech.
Only to connect me back.
I hate it.
Yeah, I have a friend who's suffering the same problem.
I wish we had an alternative that worked better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can always go try TeamSpeak.
I mean, that's an option, I guess. I don't think we'd be able to use the Fujis with it, though.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I was more so being sarcastic because
At this point,
TeamSpeak.
sarcasm aside, it's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's true. TS3 still exists and is voice chat-wise way better than Discord. We might actually have to consider that as a possibility should Discord continue to shit the bed itself continuously.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll worry about that another time. For now, you guys have agreed that you're gonna go get Sunny vaccinated first.
Alright. Most important question of the day. Who's carrying the bird?
Well,
Alright, so you guys head down together as a group, and we're gonna say, for the sake of argument, that Joseph is just kinda silently following along, got a lot on his mind, he just doesn't seem to want to talk right now, so we'll give him that.
It sounds like Joseph.
Yeah. So you guys travel together down to the pet shop, and there doesn't appear to be a long line. In fact, there's only one group of people in front of you, and it's a familiar-looking group of cowboys riding horses.
oh well then.
Oh, hey, is that the brothers from the Violet Domain?
Yes, it is, and Montana recognizes you guys immediately.
Can we do like the Full Metal Alchemist like handshake? You know, the one.
Absolutely. Montana jumps right off and immediately just goes right for the handshake with you. Salam.
Multiple buildings fall over.
If only. If only.
Imagine we do it again. Oh no, a second DAP is coming into the building.
Ah.
Alright, anyways. You here for that half off vaccination too?
Absolutely. We gotta get our steeds here all medicined up.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Can't be too careful with them types of things.
Yeah, that right.
We here for the same thing. We got ourselves a bird right here. You know, present Sunny.
And you see Montana actually kneel down a little bit and actually just stare it in the eye. That looks like a red healthy bird.
Oh, he's a little rambunctious, but other than that, is a hardy little sack of shit. Yeah, first day we had him, he tore the ever-loving hell out of the living room. But you know, we've been improving as pet owners, so we ain't had that trouble again.
Glad to hear it. He walks over to his own horse and pats her on the side. This here's Cyclone. She's my pride and joy. He walks over to the other horses and introduces Kids as Jezebel and Dakota's as Rebel. And they all look like healthy, stocky horses, by the way.
Nice.
Right at that moment in time, actually, is when Caelum steps around from beside them, and you see him wearing a good old-fashioned doctor's, oh god, I forget what the thing is called that doctors used to wear, where it's a headband with a little circular piece of steel on the front of it.
Like the headlight almost, but not quite a light. It's just reflective metal.
It's basically a headlight, and it glows with a magical glow, which means it actually holds just a little mote of light magic inside of it instead of a light bulb.
Ah, nice.
He walks around and says, "All right, your horses are good to go. Just let me know if anything has changed in their health, and we will get them looked at again." And you see him kneel down and offer to shake Caelum's hand with a single finger and says, "Much obliged, kid." And you see the two of them shake hands, although it's a little awkward because Caelum's little fingers are wrapping around his meaty finger. It's kind of adorable.
It's pretty great.
Wait, hold on. Wait, that actually reminds me of when Central Prime in Transformers Animated actually shook the hand of a human with just his finger.
Basically the same thing. Montana remounts his horse, and the three of them trot away, heading straight back for the Violet Domain, and you see Caelum walk back inside and says, "Next in line, please," as he goes inside.
Oh, hello, Caelum. It's your favorite group of goobers.
And Caelum is actually happy to see you guys. So, do I finally get to meet this chicken friend of yours?
Places him gently on the counter. Yes.
He takes one look at the chicken takes one look at him, and that chicken suddenly goes absolutely fucking bonkers, screeching and trying to flutter away from him.
Whoa.
Wait, Well, Ignis just grabs him.
And the second your hand touches him, the body of Sunny suddenly explodes and poofs out of existence, reappearing on the opposite end of the store with a flurry of feathers.
Since when has he been able to do that?
And Caelum just stares and goes, I was afraid that's who I thought it was.
Wait, so were my suspicions correct?
Wait, you
Wait, because like
You know-
remember, like I think it was like session 1 where we saw the movie and Sunny was in the credits.
Oh yeah, well we knew. We as players knew. It's just we in character hadn't quite put that all together yet. Wait, what do you mean?
I mean,
What do you mean who it was? Like you know this bird, or I'm deeply confused.
Caelum looks back and forth between all of your group and just hangs his head and sighs deeply. He takes off the headpiece and puts it on the counter and walks over to the door and flips the open sign to closed.
Oh, that's a good start to any conversation.
I guess it's time. And you see him walk over to where the 2 doors were where he picked up your coop. He looks up to you guys and says, the doors are locked, Sunny will be okay in here for a few minutes, but I think you guys should know the truth. If you recall, when he went and got your coop, there were 2 doors, one marked keep out and one marked storage room. He is now pointing at the keep out door. If you go through here, everything will be explained.
You're just full of surprises, ain't you? All right, let's get to it. All right, Sonny, don't tear up the store while we're gone.
Caelum's gonna walk over and fetch him a bowl of food and water to keep himself occupied.
All right, that'll probably do it.
So, who opens the door?
yeah, fuck it, I got nothing to lose, so I'm gonna do it.
Alright, well, when you open up that door, it opens to a swirling, infinite vortex of indigo-colored energy that just swathes and bathes your eyes in light, and you cannot see directly in front of you for about half a second. When you actually go through the door, you see a place of infinite absence, where infinities dissolve and what is seen is a horizon of unreachable truth, one so distant it exists beyond all knowing. There are no buildings, no trees, no signs of life of any kind. Just an awe-inspiring emptiness into a deep indigo color.
Wait, is this what I think it is?
It might be. Overhead is an infinite starry night sky with no moon in sight, and beneath you the floor seems to move and shimmer like a massive pool of water. Your feet stand upon it no differently than any other floor, and from where your feet stand and step, ripples expand out and make these little lights dance beautifully in the reflection.
That's. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Caelum shuts the door behind your group, and he turns to your group, raising his hands in a half-hearted attempt at being entertaining. Well, here it is, my domain, I guess. Following this place's stupid rules. I call it the secret domain.
Wait, you? You know what? I guess I explained some things. But wait, if all the domains are the color of magic, and the only domain we've not seen a color for is gold, anti-magic. This place is very blatantly not gold. What is this a domain of?
I really don't want to explain. It is so much nitpicky nonsense.
Complicated. Got it.
Just follow me, please. He guides you in further into this impossibly vast domain where the world unfolds not in a continuous landscape, but in, sudden revelations. Objects bloom into existence like impossible flowers, vibrant and real in an instant, and after about a minute or two of walking, you actually find what looks like these only symbols of civilization. You see a decent-sized bed covered in sheets and pillowcases in a more vibrant shade of indigo, a few sturdy wood and leather chairs surrounding a lit fireplace with a radiant green flame. And atop the mantle, you see a series of black candles in groups of 1, 2, 3, and 4, with a menorah sitting in the middle holding 5, all of them holding the same green flame. There's also a table off to the side covered in open books and papers, all of it high-class readings just at a glance of it. And you even see a professional-grade piano on the opposite side. Shimo is amazed by this since she didn't expect the doctor to have a domain. A domain expansion, and so big. I'm impressed. But doesn't this drain a lot of energy from you? And Caelum just shakes his head. It's very, very complicated, but the short answer is no. It just kind of exists on its own.
This place must be what I think it is.
What do we think it is? Also, what's that off in there in the corner?
You spot a professional-grade steel chicken coop, and it looks like the door is damaged.
Caelum, is this part of the big grand explanation, or?
Yes. He walks over to the chicken coop and examines the door a little bit more. Someone left him in my care, but he ran off. I wasn't able to find him until very recently.
I see.
And he just looks at your group, knowing full well that you know what he's implying.
Barry points back, back behind him. Someone left that bird here with you, and lost him. But that door looks broke open. I don't...
Caelum just rests a hand on top of the door. He's been here since the day he was born, but I was visited by a friend. And in the heat of an argument, his cage door was knocked open, if not broken, and he got out.
He probably got taken by marauders.
That, based on what you've told me, that sounds like what happened, yes.
Oh. Huh. Barry's just kind of flabbergasted, like... Okay, hold on. One question, though. You said that Sonny has been here since he was born that you knew of.
Correct.
How did that come to pass? Did an egg just kind of appear in here, or can I get some more details of this story?
It's very, very difficult to talk about, but the short end of it is somebody came by and dropped him off here, asked me to care for him because he couldn't. So I've been keeping him here in my care. If I understand based on his reaction, he was likely afraid of me because he was afraid he was going to go back here, I suppose. So I would have to assume that whatever care you're providing him is either on par or better than how well I was caring for him.
Oh, wow.
Ignis just stays silent.
Yeah, Barry's just kind of flabbergasted right now. I need to understand, Caelum. I'm having such a hard time right now because, like, on one hand, you are my friend. I want to respect your privacy and not pry. On the other hand, I have so many questions.
Caelum just raises his hands. You're here? You might as well ask. I have no reason not to answer them. Although I can't answer every question. Some of them I have to keep the answers to myself for the sake of my stay here.
Are we allowed to know who this friend is that dropped Sonny off here?
He thinks about that one for a second. It was a man by the name of Samson.
Samson?
Did he have long hair?
No, short red.
Ah. Short red head named Samson.
If you guys want, you could roll a contacts roll to see if either of you remember who this person is.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think for me that's gonna be a straight roll. So
It's gonna be a straight roll for
gamble.
all of you because nobody took contacts. Okay, that's a 0, that's a -2,
Hey,
And a
it's
0.
good.
well.
Damn. Okay, the best I can give you is you're pretty positive you recognize that name, but you cannot for the life of you remember where.
I feel like that might have been a name I heard before. So.
Yeah, the name does sound familiar, but I can't seem to remember.
All right. Well, disregarding that, when this incident happened, when you had a altercation with a friend where Sonny ended up escaping, was it this same Samson or was this a different friend?
Different friend. Came from pretty far away to see me.
Oh, got it. One more question, and probably in the grand scheme of things, the least relevant of all to Sonny, but I just have to ask, and forgive the volume of my voice. Barry's gonna turn around dramatically and just yell, "Where are we?" Just let it echo out into the void. What is this? I know you said it's complicated, but like, this goes against all my knowledge of magic, and I'm decently studied. This, it looks like nothing. It's not indigo. It's indigo. It's not violet. It's not pink. It's almost like if you had gold magic, but it was nothing. It was devoid. It was completely neutral. And I can't make that make sense.
I think I might know where we are.
Caelum actually looks to you. You do?
Now, I can't say I'm 100% sure on it, but given the description of this place, and you think that this is your domain, it has to be the black domain.
I mean, no, the black domain would just be opposite of the other domain, wouldn't it? Not to mention, this place ain't black either.
And Caelum shakes his head a little. This is definitely not the Black Domain. That place is a bit of a mess. I at least try to keep mine tidy.
Yeah, we read about that in the newspaper. We read a mention of it in the newspaper this morning, but that's neither here nor there. Listen, if it's a terribly long, drawn-out explanation you don't want to get into, I understand. But as a person who has a pretty almost alright education and a desire to learn more things, where are we right now?
Caelum pulls back his hood and takes the little lizard Katsith off of his head and holds him in his hands. This is, like I said, my domain. It was given to me when I arrived. That's about the extent of what I can say.
Why are you holding that lizard so dramatic? Is that little booger your regalia? If you got a domain, then it'd make stand to reason you might have a regalia. Is that little lizard the regalia? That'd be really funny.
No, I don't have a regalia in a traditional sense. It's, again, very, very complicated. If it wasn't obvious at this point, I suppose I should at least give you this much. I am definitely not a normal child. I don't really have a real definition for what I am here compared to everything else, but for the sake of simplicity, you can just refer to me as a demon?
Oh.
He walks over to the nearby table with all the books on it and sets the little lizard down. Suffice it to say, I'm definitely not mortal. I just chose this look to separate myself from where I came from.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I've never been one to judge people for their past, only their present. I'm not gonna lie, that's mildly terrifying, but I'm gonna choose to look past that. Because you are our friend and our buddy Caelum. That's all I need to know.
Terrifying doesn't begin to describe it. I came here from another reality. One where everything was in a perpetual cycle, and no matter how hard anyone tried, it always ended up the same. Everything usually turned out fine, but at one point something came up that made me very, very upset, so I left. And I ended up here on accident, probably because it had elements of my home I didn't want to leave behind. He looks to Barry with a little bit of seriousness in his eyes. Now, as far as the regalia part, if you are looking to fight me as you would a domain master, I can fill that part. I'm only able to do so on a technicality because of this island's rules. It's so complicated. I can't even begin to describe or discern it, and I wouldn't be able to explain much anyways.
Oh. I certainly wouldn't want to do that. Makes you feel any better. I ain't got no intention of fighting you right now. We just kind of learned about the regalia. I don't even know if we're going to get to the part where we're supposed to be getting them, because, quite frankly, I like it here on this island. I don't know if I want to leave.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Oh, is that a problem?
No, I enjoy it here too. It's far better than where I came from, but at some point or another, someone's going to try.
Yeah.
And some point, someone's going to succeed.
You make it sound like a bad thing. I'm going to assume that it does more than just open the gates so people can come and go freely. You make it sound like there's something big gonna happen if that happens.
He stares you in the eyes and just deadpan says, I cannot tell you anything more than what you can find out on your own.
Fabric of the universe coming asunder type shit. Got it. Oh, boy. I'm just gonna turn to the rest of the group. Does any of the rest of y'all feel like this is a bit bigger than us? Like this is just something we don't need to be digging our nose into. I just want to throw the thought out there.
Well, it is a bit unsettling.
Caelum approaches your group. Suffice it to say, I'd like to ask you not to tell anyone else about this. If other people find out, they might try to come after me no different than the masters.
No, that's totally reasonable. Barry does like the zip over the lips, turn the lock, throw away the key. Not a soul.
Okay, so Raven just messaged me. He's on the way.
Ah, awesome.
Hey.
I'm gonna be honest, I was so hoping you guys weren't going to come here this soon, but it's probably for the best that you did.
It does kind of stink that Raven had to miss out on this portion.
Well, what I'm going to do is the second that I have edited this part of it, I'm going to immediately send it to him so that he immediately gets caught up on everything that he fucking missed. Matter of fact, once we start describing what happened, he's probably going to realize the same thing that Ignis did.
What am I out of the loop
But
on?
that being,
You want to say it?
I mean, I already forgot myself, so.
Might as well say it, man.
I mean, the one theory that Ignis heard throughout that I heard was this is the Black Domain, and it's very much not.
Wait. Wait, I think I'm starting to, I think I'm starting to get what this domain is now. It can't be the Black Domain. The sign is like, keep out. There's only one other domain that I could think of that is being sealed off. And that's the gold domain.
Oh, this place ain't gold neither.
Yeah, but what if it's by design?
Well, yeah, but why would okay, Caelum said he's not from here in the harshest sense possible, right? And he said he ended up in this domain specifically because it replicated elements of his home plane. Gold magic doesn't make sense in that. To me, it sounds like some Cthulhu bullshit. Some extra planar, like, astral plane bullshit. But to me, it doesn't seem like astral plane either, because I would think something like that would fall under pink.
There he is.
Raven, we're having existential crises.
Yes, sorry, I do apologize. I forgot to set an alarm and overslept.
It's fine, man.
Stop apologizing, get your head in the game. We need to put our brains together on this shit.
Alright, so let me get you caught up. They actually went into an area I wasn't expecting them to get into, and I feel bad that you weren't able to be involved in the grandiose reveal, but here's what happened. They woke up, they got the Sunday paper, read through it, found a bunch of stuff. One of the things that were on the list was that Caelum was giving half off of animal vaccinations all day. And they decided to take Sonny down to get him looked into and see if he needed to get a vaccination. Now, they ran into the 3 cowboys from the Violet Domain who were getting their horses vaccinated real quick. And once they were done, it was just them and Caelum. They set Sonny the chicken down on the counter. Caelum took one look at him, and Sonny went ballistic and tried to get away from him. The second they tried to catch him to keep him from running away, Sonny poofed and reappeared 10 feet away, which prompted an unfortunate engagement and caused Caelum to tell them to go into that one room in his pet shop marked "Do not keep out." Marked "Keep Out." And when they went in, they found a massive indigo-colored energy expanse that just goes infinitely until he guided them to a specific point deeper inside, showed off a bunch of furniture, a fireplace covered in candles all lit with green fire, and a piano sitting in the distance, a bed, and a broken chicken coop.
It's the indigo domain. I'm so fucking yeah. It's the
worth
indigo
noting,
domain.
we
I'm
can
so
tell
fucking
you all the
stupid.
conversations that's happened up to this point because we made it canon that Joseph did come with us. Basically, Caelum is not of this world. He described himself as a demon, though he said it with kind of a shaky thing, so it's not demon in the strictest sense ever. Some fuck shit happened in his home plane. He got mad about it. He left. He ended up here in what he calls the secret domain.
Seeker
Seeker domain. I thought you said secret. Okay.
Hold on, was Nashi like playing for me, or was Joseph just silent this whole time?
Joseph
processing
been
everything?
silent this whole time.
Understand.
I basically ruled it that Joseph was exhausted after what happened yesterday with the fight and the party and all the other bullshit, and he just kind of tagged along quietly until he could get himself fully woke up.
Wait, wasn't he invest? Wait, wasn't
He wasn't
like,
even in the
searching?
fight.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, given the bullshit he had to do before he regrouped with you all,
Yeah, true. No,
and we can just rule it as like he spent like most of the night just trying to help you all.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair. But yeah, now you're all caught up, and you're about where they are.
Well, no, there's still some conversation he missed out on. He has a big chicken coop that apparently Sonny was first brought to Caelum by a dude with red hair named Samson that all of us know of the name, but we're not able to place it. That's where you see the dice rolls we've been doing. Later on, Caelum had a fight with an individual here in this domain, and somewhere during the scuffle, Sonny got lost, presumably ended up in Marauder hands, and then ended up with us. And we as players are trying to piece together, where the fuck are we? What is this domain? It's not gold magic. We ruled that out. It's not gold magic. It's almost
Not black.
It's not black magic, because that has its own domain in the normal circle ring of domains.
Before we go any farther, Joseph, would you be willing to give me a quick contacts roll to see if maybe you can pull information out of this?
Yeah, before he does, I'm gonna say it's the fucking Indigo domain, isn't it?
This is the 13th domain. It is the Indigo domain.
Sorry,
Yeah, but what does indigo represent? Like, no shit, it's indigo. We can all see the color. Ain't none of us colorblind that I'm aware of. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take that tone with you.
You're fine,
Very-
dude. Like, you're
very passionate about this whole discussion.
Okay.
I need to know.
Okay, so sorry for the late. I was chewing breakfast here, but also, you said a context roll.
Yeah, contacts.
Content.
I do not have that trait, so it's just. I don't think any of us do actually.
No,
so
none of us
None of
do.
you took
No.
contacts. This is
Hey, roll good.
Oh, it's a.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you basically got the same result as them. You know you've heard the name Samson before, but you cannot place where you know it from.
It's this place. It's like astral. It's like not. It's like what it feels like one step beyond space. It's not space. Space falls under pink magic, but it's like the next plane up. It's like ethereal. It's something. It's like I don't know, purgatory. I don't know. No, no, that don't make sense.
And Caelum is not willing to divulge exactly what this place is because apparently giving up too much information would somehow possibly complicate his ability to stay here.
What is indigo? Barry's like kind of ranting about this. Like, I know you can't answer, Caelum. It's like I'm not trying to get on your case, but like this goes against all the education about magic I've ever received.
Joseph will pipe up now that he's fully awake, and we'll look at Caelum and say, honestly, I'm not surprised, though. While I have seen many, many things along my journeys in life, and I've even seen the magic we know used for more darker intentions, even this is a new sight for me.
And Caelum just shakes his head a little. It's a lot for anyone. There's a good reason why I keep this behind this door.
Nanashi, because I as a player am out of ideas, can I roll academics?
To do what?
For Barry to rack his brains trying to figure out everything he knows about magic, because he's had an education, just trying to be like, has there been any references to the color indigo in the big magic wheel anywhere in history that he would know of?
I will allow you to make an academics roll to try and educate discern from any knowledge that you can think of and any knowledge that happens to be in the room to try and find anything that might help you.
Alrighty. My academics is +2. Because Barry is smart. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm nothing if not consistent.
Well, I can work with a +2 roll and give you something, but I don't know if it's going to be what you're looking for.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I was about to say well, not much.
Based on what you can recall, there is no specific reference to indigo-style magic that you have ever seen outside of this island. You have, however, seen Caelum use indigo magic only once in the Quarantine fight specifically.
Well, the only one who would have seen that would be Ignis.
Yeah, we can infer that Ignis would have at least told you that he used some odd indigo-colored magic as an offhanded thing. There's no reason as to why he wouldn't mention that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I kind of forgot about that bit. So we could rule it as such.
Now, as far as what you can see around you that might help you with this, there's not a lot. On the table is, like I said, a list of books and papers. You see psychology books, conceptual understanding and reasoning dissertations, an interlinear Bible, and some strange scribbles discussing the values of mind and body, as well as logic and reason being correlated to emotion. Nothing magically inclined, but definitely information that helps you understand Caelum a little bit more, and that he's trying to understand the mortal mind.
Okay, Nanashi, can you define interlinear Bible for me? Like, what does that mean? Mind and body? Yeah, it keeps driving me towards the idea of this is like almost reminiscent of like an astral plane. Like, the idea of your astral projecting your soul into another plane of existence.
And Caelum stares at you, completely deadpan.
And you can't confirm or deny.
The interlinear Bible is the 1904 Greek New Testament. Like, the oldest and cleanest copy of the Bible you could possibly get your hands on.
Okay, so what are we putting together here? He's trying to blatantly understand the mortal mind. Probably because being not that, he needed to do some research to blend in. He has a copy of the cleanest, oldest copy of the Bible he could possibly get, which does put him pretty ancient. How do I have even gotten that? Because it's like, how? Okay, question, Caelum. How long have you been here?
On the island? About 10 years.
Okay, what about in this domain? Like, okay, has that domain always been a part of the island?
It was here when I got here.
Got it. Well, I'm out of ideas.
While this place is radiating a form of magic I've never seen in all my lifetime, I dare not think the more dark ways it can be implemented like I've seen other magics we use daily. Especially the very healing magic we've used from time to time. You wouldn't believe how many people have tainted that as well.
Caelum looks at you and says, as far as I can tell, I am the only one that has access to this. And to get it from me would be no easy ordeal.
Then you understand that despite my surprise at the fact that there's a magic I've never heard of, you should understand that, well, I'm not as flabbergasted about this place as everyone else.
I had a feeling you wouldn't be. You and I do share a trait that they do not.
Agelessness.
And Caelum just stares at Barry. Yes, I too live a life eternal, but for different reasons.
And I wish my conditions didn't cost as much as they did.
Mine is simply a part of my existence,
You're just born that way.
to put it bluntly.
It's funny. Everyone always goes on about how they want to be eternal in some way or shape, and yet they never once do ask what they could lose from, trying to get to such a degree. Accidentally or intentionally. You were born this way, so you never had to worry about this, but I know I lost a damn lot.
There are times I wish I wasn't.
So we're both unlucky.
In the most literal sense, yes. I am sorry for putting this all on you, but after all your attempts at being inquisitive and all the loose ends that clearly came from me, I felt you deserved to have some of them tied together.
Barry is like, while Joseph and Caelum have been talking, he's kind of just gave up, and he's just lying on the floor looking up at the stars, question mark, you know?
It's basically a deep indigo colored starry sky. So there's no point in hiding this from you either. Do you remember that video that you got linked to a long time ago?
I do. I kind of assumed that was the lead up to the battle Caelum was referring to.
Yeah, and if you recall at the very end of it, there was a metallic box at the very end, and whoever it was said, crap, he got out.
Oh, that's Sonny. Sonny got out.
I had a feeling you guys were going to piece that together, but at this point, there is no harm in just letting you know that there is a direct correlation there.
Yeah. Barry's like, okay, just gonna try and piece some more facts together. So, wait, you, Caelum, Barry was like, shoots back up, like, not standing, but sitting up.
Yeah, sitting upright.
Wait, you teleported me from the top of that tree to the bottom. That wasn't Lynn. Normally you get Lynn to fast travel you around. That wasn't Lynn. You just did that.
Caleb nods a little. I asked Lynn to help me travel because I enjoy his company, not because I need him to. I travel in a different sense than most of you, but I don't experience the reality the same way. That's about as blunt as I can make it.
Barry's like just like doing stuff with his hands, like he's thinking, but like nothing. He's not getting anything out of it. He keeps expecting to eventually get some grand revelation that's gonna make it all make sense, and he's just got nothing.
So, in basic summary, you are the first outer dimensional being I've met. You're a quote-unquote demon by some terms, and yet you've been more friendly to me and whoever's close around me than any other person I've met who called themselves such a thing. I'm be real here. I've been on a lot of missions where it's just so many humans use darker aspects of magic to become a quote-unquote god. I mean, I had to fight a vampire at some point who used life magic for a more sinister way. And you're actually more chill than that. That dude was a psycho who was afraid of death.
He's still holding on to the door of the cage, and you see him suddenly just squeeze it, and you see the metal in his fingertips actually start to bend with no real effort. If anyone here claims themselves to be what I am, they are in no way, shape, or form true. If they were, this place might not even exist anymore. And that's the last thing that I want to see happen. Compared to where I came from, this place is paradise, and I don't want to lose it.
Just stick one more puzzle piece in there into this whole thing. All right, great. Barry's just mumbling to himself, trying to think. Barry's like gotten to the point where he's kind of disconnected from the conversation. He's listening, but he's not interacting. He's just deep thought, like a madman, borderline.
Well, it turned out the whack job in question was actually a descendant of good old Mr. the Impaler himself. Decided, hey, let's use my ancestors' messed up research to see a more brutal way to torture people. Discovered that life magic has more darker qualities that can be used to transfer one's life energy into their own to become immortal. But the cost of such immortality from the destruction of life, well, it destroyed his very humanity as we spoke.
I can't say I'm surprised. That's not eternal life. That's cheating the basic rules of death. There is a stark difference.
It is, but some people just cannot accept that, which is why he was definitely stargazed when he saw me.
I can imagine so. Listen, I know you have an endless number of questions, and I know that I haven't been able to give you answers, but you are welcome to come back at some point in the future and ask more questions. If I can answer them, I will. But as pedestrian as it seems, I do have a business to run, and I should get back to that before more questions come up from those that are not you.
You know what?
That is understandable.
Thank you for keeping this to yourselves. If this information got out, I would be pursued no differently than the Masters, and probably worse so when they find I do not have a traditional regalia.
Well, as someone who carries the burden of eternity as well, and someone who has encountered many monsters, you who would be honestly the best one I've encountered, your secret is safe with me, Caelum.
Why is the fire green?
Oh no.
Barry's just been spiraling. Why is the fire green?
He's devolving.
Yeah.
Joseph will pick up Barry and drag him. Come on, big guy.
You can't pick Barry up. What do you mean?
I said he was dragging him. He
I don't
lifts
even
up
think
his
you can
arm.
drag me. Let's be honest.
Caelum will
I don't
help.
see no points in that athletic. Do you have any points in that athletic skill?
He has some athletics, I think.
No.
Nope. Okay, so
Not
in
at
that
all.
case, Caelum will just walk over and grab Barry's hand and help you drag him out the door. Because Caelum can do
Gonna
that.
help. Yeah, Ignis is gonna help too, because why not?
You might as well.
I don't even know why y'all are dragging me. Like, I'm pretty sure he could just teleport me out if he felt like it.
Yeah, but if he teleported you out, his secret would be exposed, so let's not.
Caelum walks out the door first and looks around to make sure there's nobody else near the entrance of the store. And when he gets the coast is clear, he helps you pull him out and
Yeah.
helps him
Well,
get back
by
on
the
his
time we
own
get to
2
the
feet.
door, Barry's like gonna stand up. It's like he's not a fan of getting dragged along the ground.
Fair enough. All
Get
right.
my clothes dirty. Actually, no, not even. There's nothing here.
There's nothing here to get him dirty over.
Very convenient.
The floor acts like water, but it's
Yes, the floor
solid.
is not made of floor.
The floor is in fact not made of floor.
Okay, so he got you back up on your 2 feet. He puts the headpiece back on and says, "Well, suffice it to say, Sonny does not require vaccinations, so you can at least take him home knowing that he's healthy."
Wait a minute, that's a
that is
whole
true.
other can of worms. Sonny got brought to you here very early on, and I imagine that has something to do with the poof. You know, Barry does like the poof with his hands. You know, we never knew he could do that.
You do know that he apparently had the ability to burp fire, but you didn't see that he had the ability to teleport. That is true.
Yeah, that's a whole new can of worms.
Ah.
Why is he
Yep.
staying in the coop?
Maybe because he likes it in the coop.
Like, Barry's gonna pick up Sonny and just look him in the eyes. If you could do that the whole time, why have you been staying in the coop?
Either he likes it in the coop, or the coop is restraining him of his teleporting abilities.
Actually, the second you pick up Sonny, he immediately just calms down in your arms.
Why are
Okay,
you
so
like
it's the form.
what?
It's
Why
the
are you
former.
like
Got it.
Chimo picks Sonny up and just walks out of the vet with him in her hands.
All right. Well, I guess we're moving along. Bye, Caelum. Great to see you.
It was great to see you too. I'm sorry for everything.
Don't worry.
That's
You
fine.
know, like any good party of adventurers, we're going to ignore the dire consequences of the revelation we just had. We're going to go on life as about like normal.
And Caelum just stares at you and goes, "I would expect nothing less."
Barry just nods, waves, and heads out the door.
So, that happened. And that was all of a 10-minute conversation, so you still got a good chunk of the morning left.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing?
Well, we're probably going to take Sonny back to the house.
Yes. Yeah, true.
Alright, you'll take him back and drop him off back at the house, get him cooped back up with some fresh food and water and fresh paper. So,
Man, if I had a security camera, I'd leave it here just so I could see if you, like, wander around the house when we're not here and then teleport back into the coop when we come back. But we don't have that here. Barry's saying all this out loud as he's, like, fixing up Sonny's spot.
I had a feeling there was nothing right about Sonny, and well, we got the evidence we needed.
and you finally got proven right there, Joseph. You knew all along that Caelum was immortal. He just found a way to say it without saying it.
Well, the other thing about Sonny we didn't answer is why is there a group of people at the theater that had a friend who is also a Rhode Island Red person, a person, not just a chicken, but a Rodon red chicken person named Sunny Side Up, and then now we have a chicken, a normal ass chicken named Sunny Side Up.
You
We
finally
still don't have that story figured out.
you finally pieced that coincidence together.
I mean, we've kind of always known ever since we went to that theater. It's just we never had much more information to go on.
Well, either it's the funniest coincidence ever, or Caelum did a certain experiment that shouldn't have come to pass.
Well, I don't think that happened because Caelum said that this dude named Samson with red hair brought Sunny to him, presumably in this stage. Barry gestures to current Sunny. Because why else would he have a normal coop? Because if Sunny was a normal ass chicken person at the time, putting him in a coop just feels cruel and unusual.
Yep. Reincarnation maybe.
Barry
That's
just
the best
kinda does a
item.
big shrug. Like, I don't know. That's after death. You'd have to talk to Thanatos about that. Now, come to think of it, we've met Thanatos. We know there's a death and an afterlife. That might just disprove the incarnation altogether.
Well, I never said it was a good thought.
Well, regardless, this is a form of transmutation that I haven't seen in at least to this degree.
Barry's just gonna like get down on Sunny's level. It's like Sunny, are you sapient in there? Just like I want to look him dead in the eyes. Just Sunny, are you sapient in there?
He pecks you in the forehead.
Ow. I'm just gonna like joking, like not hard, but like jokingly bat him away with the stag beetle horn, just like, hey, stop that.
And he trots away back over to where you guys have laid out the food and water for him.
I've seen transmutation magic often used to make fucked up abominations, but something like this to alter the state of a humanimal, to make them in a more feral and primitive state. And it's rather funny because I've honestly seen people use such magic for more daunting things, like the whole vampire incident I was talking about earlier. And there was this one mother who turned her daughter into a werewolf, by technicality, not by folklore status, but you get the gist.
You know,
What? What?
yeah. On that note, actually, I should remind you guys, since you actually said the exact words, Caelum did mention that he fancies himself an alchemist and he dabbles in humanimal transmutation. Well, actually, Conroy's the one that said that about Caelum.
So there is a possibility that Sunny's like this because of something Caelum did.
That's how it appears.
Yeah.
But yeah, was that Barry saying what Joseph said in character?
Yes, that was
Yeah.
in character. Barry just does like the slow head turn with like the stone grinding sound effect. Just what?
It is a very sad story. I know I have a lot of those, but
I'm gonna say, do you have happy ones?
I do. It's just that a lot of times the sad ones become the forefront because of what we're talking about.
We've had plenty of times where you could have shared a happy tale. We have dinner together every night.
Okay, point taken, but still, I'm...
The first time we ever had dinner together, you told us how you went through a small-scale zombie apocalypse.
One of my first official missions, but that aside, yeah, so...
The zombies, vampires, werewolves. You fought Frankenstein's monster too?
I did punch Wendigos for the natives. Of course, calling them that can be controversial to some degree because, well, other methods than what the tribals believed.
Barry leaves the room, goes to the kitchen. He can't take this anymore.
Yeah, first you find out that you might have an extraplanar entity, and now you find out that Joseph was God, I can't even list all the shit that he's done.
I mean, to be fair, he did not confirm Frankenstein's monster. So we might have found one he didn't fight.
And a word with magic that could be twisted for dark uses. Is anyone surprised?
No, you know what? Barry's gonna come back. He's like, wait a minute. You didn't answer my question. Have you fought a flesh golem-like entity before? Just so we can get the whole horror movie trifecta.
Well, back before I went solo and was actually a part of my division, there was a Nazi base we raided that did have some sort of weird automaton that shot electricity at us.
Like a full metal robot, right?
Essentially.
Okay.
It used a semi-advanced method of Tesla coiling for its attacks.
Okay, but we
It
still
was-
don't have Frankenstein's monster. We still have found something that you have not fought.
It's a big world out there that I've managed to explore in what could be considered a sort of pilgrimage of sorts. Especially for the grief I was feeling around that time.
Not even gonna question that. Hey, any of y'all want some tea? I'm thinking we'll make some tea. I need something to soothe the mind after all this.
As someone as old as you, I'm surprised you're not used to it like I am.
You know,
And Barry's gonna come over and like kneel down in front of you so that we're like eye level. As I just put a hand on your shoulder, Joseph, I need you to understand one thing very, very clearly. Before I met all three of you, I led a very normal life. I wrestled. That was it. I became famous. Before the three of you, I was a normal person.
relatively.
A normal beetle.
A normal beetle wrestler.
I led a normal life. So no, Joseph, I am not used to all these types of tales you tell.
I find it interesting that right now Barry is falling apart harder over Joseph's stories than anything that's happened on the island.
Well, it was kind of.
I mean, when you know a person who's just casually implying that they killed the equivalent of Dracula, well, how else do you react as a normal citizen?
You got a fair point.
Well, technically, if this person claimed to be a descendant of Vlad the Impaler, it would have been a few generations down from Dracula.
But still.
But yeah.
So,
Yeah, Barry's gonna make himself some tea. He's just gonna take a minute to relax the brain.
so while you're doing that, do you guys have any clue where you want to go next?
Oh, you mentioned there being a circus.
Circus.
Let's say you mentioned the circus earlier. The circus is starting today. There'll probably be marauders there. Let's be honest. That seems like something they get.
Well, given everything that you've dealt with, the circus might not be a bad idea. It would be a welcome distraction from all the bullfuckery you just had to process.
Every time we've gone to find a welcome distraction, some more bullfuckery has happened.
And before the Marauders are the circus act.
They are a bunch of clowns. That does
wouldn't
track.
that be some shit?
They are a bunch of clowns, so that does track.
If you guys want to go and enjoy a circus show, I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I mean, we may as well.
Yep.
Joseph is more so reeling from the fact that there's like an actual genuine Eternal as well, like him. Though granted,
Not exactly like you.
Well, I meant like ageless like him, but the standards of How are very much different, and Joseph kind of envies it, kind of.
It's like, by your standards, you're normal. By my standards, I'm definitely not. So that's like, is that kind of what Joseph's thinking about?
Wow.
Essentially.
Okay, so apparently Chimo wants to go and find a place to train her sword skills since she's still pretty unused to wielding that katana.
All right.
So, splitting up the party then.
I mean, that's how.
Okay, it's not a perfect match, but there is a place you can go. In the sports zone, and you would know this because as Barry / Atlas was so kind to point out, you have a phone book that lists every place that has a phone number here. There is an MMA place that you can go to in the sports zone that would allow you to train. So if you want to go and do that while the rest of them go to the circus like they wanted to do, we can do that. Is that what you're looking for? Oh, okay, so you're looking for a place where you can just physically practice, not like get teaching. My mistake, I misunderstood what you were aiming for. Okay, well, as it happens, in the sports zone, there are a bunch of open-use arenas in the back that you can go and just swing around in as freely as you like. Would that work? Okay, she also wants to try and cut things. Okay.
Could have her go out into the forest, see if she can cut some trees down.
Forest. Oh, you mean the place at the welcome... You mean the welcome zone with all those fruit trees?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? That works for me. So, it sounds to me like what's going to happen is the three of you are going to go give the circus a look, and she can go down to the welcome center and find some old dead, dying trees that they don't need that she can just start cutting up and practicing with. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with the circus bit and we'll go back to her. Heading down to the circus, the massive tent easily matches the size of any stadium that you've ever been to, and is an oddly colored combination of red, purple, black, and gold, all across it in vibrant stripes. Even the ropes keeping it bound to the ground are trimmed in gold flare, aside from the few you can spot that were set on fire at some point recently.
It appears we're not too late.
But the man at the ticket window is an older human man with pale blonde hair and a snazzy button-front black shirt with a gentle smile. Welcome to Cirque du Goumaden. How many seats?
It would appear to be just the three of us.
There are actually 4 different ticket prices, 5Z for nosebleeds all around, 10Z for the side of the stadium, 15 for the front and rear, and 20 for the front row seating. And that's per person. Okay, so it looks like Ziv actually has to take off now, which is perfect timing, all things considered, since we can just say that you spent the entire time that they're at the circus practicing with your new sword. Alright, well, thanks for stopping in, Ziv. I appreciate you hanging out with us as long as you could, and we'll try and, if anything comes up that requires your character to be piloted, I'll do my best to pilot your character as honorably as I can in your favor. I hope that's okay with you. Of course I won't kill her. She's actually kind of integral to your party.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm actually starting to enjoy her reveals and her personality a little more now that we finally got more information about her. So we will see you in the next session, hopefully. Alright, so back to what I was saying. What kind of seats are you guys looking for?
Nosebleeds all around does sound kind of funny. This is like very leaning over to the boy.
It's also a relatively cheap option. I mean, you'll still get to see the show, it's just you'll be pretty damn far.
Oh, I thought nosebleeds all around to be like so close you're gonna get hit.
No. Nosebleeds means that it's the highest possible seating in the farthest back. So high you would get a nosebleed from it. That's the joke.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Not those seats. The man over there corrected.
What about like in the center?
Front and rear stadium seating is 15Z a person.
I'm game if y'all are.
Needed to pull up my money count because I nearly forgot that.
Yeah, you might want to double check your funding. I know Barry probably has enough to cover that, but you guys have a little more than he does. Maybe you should handle the purchase this time.
No, I have way more than he does. I had an additional 250.
Oh, Ignis has 10 more than me. I have 240.
Yeah, between the two of you, you should be able to afford his ticket this time. So it'll be
Also, slight correction, Raven. I have 488. I'm gonna be paying for all of them.
Oh shit! Well, if I said 250, what the fuck?
No, 250
No, I
more.
gained. Yeah, I gained
because of the last Marauder attack and raid that he did. He ended up getting paid. The man can actually cover your rent for the month.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so that's going to be 3 front and rear, not front row, but front side seating. So that's going to be 45Z. And he just scratches his chin playfully. That's a tough sell. We might be out at those. Ah, here we are. 3 of our best seats available at that price. Enjoy the show.
Come back when you're a little, richer.
Nice.
Before the character icon is just more shoe.
Now, inside the tent is even more of the same colors, but in distinctly eye-catching diamond patterns as well. And even from the entrance, you can tell there is enough seating for 1,000 people, and the arena itself is massive. You can already see dozens of hard-working circus performers and crews prepping their tight ropes, trapeze rings, animal stages, and the special props, but your attention is also caught by the overpowering sense of the nearby carnival food.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You spot multiple people operating food carts wheeling around fresh popcorn, cotton candy hot dogs, corn dogs, caramel apple, circus peanuts, snow cones, shaved ice cream, and yes, funnel cakes, all for 1Z apiece. And you can either have it in a paper cup or bag, or they offer those commemorative bags and cups for an additional 1Z in the same color scheme as the circus's vibrant walls. Will you be calling down anybody for a snack?
Hey, I'll
Going
cover my
to-
chicken. I'll cover the snack.
Yeah, I'm going to strangle Discord, I swear. It's like right when you're about to say the prices, I didn't hear anything afterwards.
It's 1Z each, but you can pay an additional Z for a commemorative cup or bag to come with the.
Oh,
So what are you feeling?
No, I joked about
Water
pudding
my
cake,
up.
but I think Barry would want popcorn.
All right. 1 unit of popcorn. Commemorative bag or just paper?
Commemorative bag.
That's 2Z. All right. And what about you, Ignis?
same thing.
All right. Bag of popcorn, commemorative bag. And Joseph?
Joseph is just gonna get the ice.
Shaved
The
ice?
Yeah, the shaved ice.
What flavor?
Fuck, what flavors do we got?
Name a
God.
flavor, dude. This is the fucking circus.
Okay, fine. Black cherry, the keep on theme, I suppose.
Yeah, that works. They got black cherry. Commemorative cup?
Sure.
All right, that's a total of 6.
Barry's covering that, or am I gonna?
Oh,
Barry's
yeah.
gonna cover this. You guys covered his ticket. He's
That's
covering
right.
the
I
food.
did say I was going to cover this. So
And it's only 6 each total.
This motherfucker broke.
All right. So you guys get your snack.
$20. I
There's
thought
no
it'd be
sense in hoarding money.
$20. I thought it'd be something like 40. This Edward broke.
Yeah.
All right.
Atlas, listen. You've been spending all of your money on all of us. Restrain yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I got y'all to pay rent.
All right. So you guys get your food. It's all smells and tastes fantastical, same as every other thing that you've eaten. Although the popcorn does have a more unique taste because it's technically a processed food, more so processed food than any of the food that you've had up to this point. So it's unique, at least. Now, a few minutes after you find your seats and finally sit down, you see the same older human man stepping out in the middle of the performance floor. And now that the light's hitting him, he's pale-skinned with shoulder-length hair, a faded blonde matching his trimmed beard and mustache combo. His visage is accented by a festive black hat with a golden hatband, as well as a luxurious bright red coat with black feathered back and shoulders over a black button front shirt. Like, genuine high stakes ringleader kind of stuff. He tightens his white gloves, matching his bright white belt, and raises them high in the air as he announces the start of the show. Welcome to Cirque du Goumaden, and to my humble abode. I invite you in so you may see but a glimpse of my day-to-day life, to a little something I call true entertainment. And the show finally begins, and is anything but a normal circus performance. Every act is surprisingly nightmare-themed by design, with many bordering on flashier versions of things you'd see in horror movies, which I can only assume would interest Joseph. You see things like a tightrope routine being performed on functional razor wire, a perfectly timed escape from a fully functional guillotine, a knife-throwing routine involving members of the audience while they are still in their seats, back in the nosebleeds, a firewalker who walks across a literal stream of real flame instead of just hot coals, a fight and escape routine of a man tied up and lowered into a vat of black ooze with some form of giant monster hidden inside. But the final act is the most hyped up and fascinating one, referred to as the act of the dark art of fusion. You see a myriad of people grouping up and performing pretty standard daredevil acts in pairs, like trapeze acts and whatnot, but the one that is spotlighted is in fact the trapeze. You see a cat and dog pair on the swinging bars, trading places in midair with zero difficulty and no safety net. But at one point, you see both of them swing in a way that signifies they are about to collide in midair, but at the last impossible moment, they are both engulfed in a magical sphere of black, pink, and blue. And once the magic fades, you see only a single individual, carrying traits of the two separate people on a singular body. And after that happens, you see identical instances happening all over in similarly dangerous interactions. I'm talking shot out of real cannons and colliding in midair, last-minute saves over beds of spikes, rescuing from drowning or animal attacks, all performed by a sudden instance of two people combining into one new entity.
Can Barry roll academics?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, because that's That's some magical fuck shit. I've already had some problems with that today.
Yeah, yep. Go right ahead, man. Go right ahead.
All these goddamn fusion summons. We may as well call it branded.
Give me an
I'm
academics roll.
I'm
buddy.
more of a gladiator-based person myself.
Ah, fair enough. Oh.
Oh, why couldn't I get that
baby.
earlier?
Okay, so Barry, you as a not as a circus performer, but as a performer in general, no flashy performances when you see it. You recognize that black magic is all about hiding it and making it visually difficult to see things. Pink magic is about moving from one location to the other, and blue magic is water, and every time these people reappear, they appear physically wet. So, based on what you can see, you can interpret that what they're doing is they're hiding the two bodies at the moment of collision, moving one to the other, putting things on the other person in a fraction of a second, and making it reappear as though they were born as a new creature. It's all flash.
Barry breathes a sigh of relief. Whew. Okay, that's okay. I'm glad we got these kind of middle seats where we can see up closer. Look, it's all pizzazz. You know, I was a performer. I'm used to these kind of magical shows, you know, with the misdirection and the big bright flashy magic to hide what it is you're doing. Look,
I gotta say, man, I did not expect you to roll that well.
I didn't expect me to roll that well.
I was expecting you to have to pay a fate point or something, but goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I was expecting. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Joseph will quietly say next to him as he says this, I would assume to himself, like right next to him. Funny, I feel like I've talked more about my war times and my times afterwards than you've talked about your time in the ring.
I mean, y'all never asked. I mean, not to mention, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was kind of the star of the show for a very long time. I kind of just assume people know who I am. It's honestly been kind of refreshing because none of the three of you seem to have known who I was from my wrestling days. I say my wrestling days as if they ended. I was still wrestling. I was still trying to wrestle actively when this whole adventure began.
I mean, considering that I was considering that I was out fighting literal oppressors and dictators and other monstrosities when you were just a child, it's kind of honestly, justified why I don't know you.
I mean, I figure you watched TV at some point in the last 30 years.
And with what limited resources I had.
Oh, I wonder. Barry has an idea. We'll save that for later usage. You get like the Telltale Games thing. Barry has an idea. Well, that was never in the Telltale Games. We understand. That's the type of prompt you get.
Yeah.
Well, after several of these hauntingly confusing combinations are performed, you see the same ringleader step back out, hoping everyone enjoyed the show and recommending they come by to see the show again sometime, as they'll be performing 3 times a day for a full 6 weeks. He advises all of you to drive safe and thanks you all for coming to Dr. Victor von Frankenstein's Cirque du Goumaden.
Oh no! Oh no! Right when we were just talking.
Nanashi!
Hey,
Nanashi! There is no way!
I am not
like,
kidding. That is the actual line.
How did I didn't call that per se, but like
right after we made the joke,
Yep.
after Joseph just admitted to killing vampires and dealing with werewolf stuff.
I
Hold on.
literally forgot about that until 5 minutes before the end of the rant that was there. I've been holding back screeching laughter for the last 5 minutes, waiting for that. By the way, that was Alice's addition to this. That was all her.
God.
damn. Damn. How am I so good at
Don't.
people are gonna start to think I'm have the ability of foresight. Because there's no way
Don't
the
taunt,
I would have made. There's no way.
don't
Ain't
taunt
no
Joseph
way.
like this.
The odds.
The fucking odds. This is gonna be a hell of a lot of fun to edit. Alright, so
I even called the rave last week to boot.
you did. They're starting to read both our minds apparently. It'd be one thing to read mine, but hers? No.
Okay.
But yeah, so the
Victor
audience
Von Frankenstein running a circus. Holy. Oh.
The audience quickly shuffles out in short order, many of them terrified and confused, but all of them definitely seem to enjoy the show. Several people decided to stay and watch the after show, which is a combination of a cleanup and a mini performance of some of the main performers. And you also spot Victor sitting down on a nearby bench at the front, nursing a bottle of water.
I will say though, seeing the whole illusion merge thing, or at least hearing about it, one joke came into my head, and it's like, damn, I didn't know we were going to the AI generated circuit.
Oh.
This
Oh.
AI merge video.
Alright, well, you ruined it. Let's go have this dialogue so we can
Let's
get out
have
of this
that
circus.
dialogue.
Hello, this is mighty fine show.
And Victor smiles warmly seeing you approach. Well, hello there. You enjoyed today's performance, I see?
Oh yes, absolutely. It was some crazy stuff you had going on. It's definitely not none of the acts I was familiar with from growing up, going to the circus in my youth, but certainly entertaining.
We strive to give people a unique variety of entertainment. Diadem is paradisiacal in nature, and many people become bored with the constant contentness and humdrum boredom. So much so that some of them might even go insane. But when they come here, they receive just a touch of the unusual, the bizarre, the terrifying. It reignites imaginations, renews minds to see things so contradictory to their daily lives. And that, my boy, is the greatest sensation I could ever ask for.
I'd say you nailed it. I do have one small question though. The name Victor Von Frankenstein. That's like a stage name, right? Is that your actual name or?
Oh no, that is in fact my real name.
Okay. I'm sure you get asked this question a lot. Does that happen to have any relation to the novels, about Frankenstein's monster? Like,
Would it terrify you to know that that might have been based on my past?
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
Barry's gonna take a
slightest.
moment to glance at Joseph.
Just
A
say it
little
to his
bit,
face
but
already.
A little bit, but I've heard a quite good many horrifying tales recently that have turned out to be based on real facts. So it wouldn't be the worst thing I've ever heard.
Well, I'm sure the thought of such is making your mind race a little bit, making you think of new possibilities and ideas, possibly spurring you to try something a little off the beaten path.
Joseph walks forward at the mention of that and says, I've seen enough of that for the worst, honestly.
Ain't that the truth? Oh, Joseph here's got a different story for every day. I'm pretty sure he can match you. Pretty sure he can match you tail for tail.
He turns to Joseph and just smiles. Oh, I can tell just by looking at you that you are a walking, talking encyclopedia of stories, my boy.
You have no idea.
Truth be told, when I saw you approach with such panache, I assumed you were marauders for half a second.
Oh no, quite the opposite. Did you read this morning's newspaper?
I did.
You see that little article about a little small vigilante group been going around that the Thunder Force really likes?
Oh, that was you, was it?
Well, us plus one. We our fourth member. She took a bit of a break from us to go do some training.
A darn shame. I'm sure she would have enjoyed the show as well.
She is kind of weird, so maybe.
Regardless, I'm happy that you decided to stop by. And I'm also grateful that you're not marauders, though they have proven to be less of a threat and more of a curiosity. The marauders have graced our presence many times, but even they are not immune to the fascination of our presentation. Many of them just joined the audience, and one or two of them became members of our humbly family of performers.
Oh. I mean, I guess that's a good thing overall, since apparently Marauder philosophy is derived from I'm miserable being here, therefore you're gonna be miserable too. I guess if they took up a job with you, that means they ain't no longer miserable. So, thumbs up.
Always a positive change to see somebody making a decision for the better. Now, I am curious. What did you think of our fusion performance?
Well, I actually do gotta say, I like that quite a bit. In my career, I was something of a performer myself, and I did a fair amount of big theatrical things with magic. So it was kind of interesting to watch y'all work. Help me to understand what I was seeing a bit better.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. It's my pride and joy act of the show, the one most people come to see more than any other.
Gotta say, using black, blue, and pink magic all in conjunction like that, that's mighty impressive. To do all them at the same damn time.
He raises his eyebrows, noticing that you figured that out. You have a fantastic eye, my boy. It is a special magic ability that only I seem to have. I call it chimera casting. It allows me to use multiple magic types at the same time, but it's very limited as far as what I can do with it.
Oh, define limited, because you start talking about combining the different colors of magic together, and that opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
In my years of experience, I've learned how to command 3 colors of magic at the same time, but the results of such a combination tend to be dangerous. It's no different than knowing how to combine the right elements of an explosive, the wrong amount of one or the other, and you could, I suppose, blow yourself up would be the most, mundane result.
Oh, that does make sense. I've never been able to quite do what you do, but the closest I ever got was Barry's gonna imbue his left hand in brown magic and imbue his right hand with fire. It's like, this is the best I got, but I can't put them together. It's like, it just don't work. So it's like, what you do is impressive.
It takes skill, effort, time, practice, and a fantastical magic staff certainly doesn't hurt.
Oh, true. I was never one for the magical casting implements. I just kind of, the fire in his hand surges a little bit. I just kind of, that's just what I do. It just works.
A muscle man that commands magic. You know, if your career as a hero doesn't pan out, I could see you being a part of our circus. If you'd be interested.
I'm sure you could. I will keep that in the back of my head. I do not currently have any employment here at Adam, and I might consider that an option.
Well, you'd definitely be a welcome addition, just like our brand new knife thrower, Coco. And he points out a woman in the distance who was throwing the knives right into the nosebleed sections perfectly, but her entire body appears to be coated in what looks like a, what is it called? Not a full black compression suit with a motorcycle helmet.
Oh.
Yes, she joined us just a few weeks ago after our prior knife thrower disappeared. Sad, really, but she came just in the nick of time and came with perfect expertise that we needed to fill that gap.
Barry just waves.
And the knife thrower takes one look at you and then just turns back and returns to throwing 5 knives in a perfect star-shaped pattern onto a wooden board.
Oh, you're not kidding. It's quite the impressive talent.
Very rejected.
And at such a young age, too. Anyways, I believe it's time for us to complete our cleanup and prepare for the next show. It will start in about 2 hours, and I really must get ready.
Alright, fair enough. We've taken a fair amount of your time. We'll see you later, maybe. We might come back for another show, or just Barrow stick a hand out and just shake his hand.
He shakes your hand back, and while the hand feels delicate, it does have some strength behind it.
Okay. Alright, good grip, sir. Good. Alright, nice handshake.
Where would you like to go next?
Hey, Joseph. You know how you was asking me about my wrestling past?
God, what a coincidence.
Well, it just so happened when you brought that up, I had an idea. I have an idea. I might be able to give y'all a little peek into who I was back in the day.
I feel like that's something we need to do around dinner, like we should have been doing around the start, as a way to just integrate, get to know each other, see if we can handle living under the same roof. I know I did like a first off sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, listen, just hear me out. I got an idea. Y'all want to follow me off on a tangent real quick?
I mean, you know how many of my tangents you've heard? I may as well let you have yours.
Hey, Ignis, you in?
Yeah.
Cool. Barry's gonna march off in what may seem like a random direction. Nanashi, I want to go to the orange domain, please.
You'd like to go back to the Orange Domain for a quick visit.
I would.
You know what? That is perfectly fine. Since the circus took part in the entertainment junction, which I believe is in the corner not too far away from where the Orange Domain is, that's not too far of a trek.
Heck yeah.
So, we'll say it takes you about 10 minutes to get there on foot. You see the familiar orange gate, you walk through it, and immediately head for the library pyramid, I assume?
That would be correct.
Well, when you get in there, the library looks relatively the same. Nothing special, nothing new. Although you could make the argument that the books on the shelves look a little bit different, like maybe new ones have been added recently, but it's a big library, it's kind of hard to tell, so...
Yeah, I imagine it's a big library. Do they have like a catalog or like a big index of, hey, here's all the books we have, here's what aisle it's on?
You know what? As it happens, there is a card catalog of a single drawer that was on the right side of the building that you guys avoided using because it said, use with caution.
Oh.
Shall we say fuck it, we ball?
I mean, I'd rather... Do we happen to see Conroy in the immediate vicinity? I don't want to, like...
Actually, you do, but he is wheeling a cart full of books and putting them back on the shelves.
Yeah, hell with it, why not? I'm gonna walk up to Conroy. Hey, Conroy! Oh man, how's it going? How you doing today?
Well, hello, it's good to see you again, my friends. How can I help you?
So, unlike the last time we came here, I actually have need of your services. How do y'all use the... If I were to look for, like, a book, or maybe, like, like film reels in this library, how would I locate that?
Well, the easiest source would be to look it up through the card catalog. It's enchanted in its own way, so all you need to do is mention what you're looking for, and it will display it openly for you.
I see.
You might notice that sign on top of it. That's because the last person who tried to use it didn't think or name anything specific, and ended up opening it so far that it went across the entirety of the pyramid's floor.
Oh.
I
That's
see.
a long drawer.
Yes, it's no different than those people who don't bother keeping an eye on their hot food being hot, I'm afraid.
Oh, I see. All right. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna go dig in that card catalog.
Well, if you need any other help, feel free to ask. I'll be around.
Thank you. All right, Barry's gonna go over to the card catalog. It's like, okay, let's see here. He's gonna rub his hands together. I'm looking for books or potentially film reels of my old wrestling matches.
Wait, film reels? I knew this place recorded our memories and made them into book form, but I didn't know they could make film reels, supposedly.
Well, if you remember when we talked to King Akarui the last time, that's how he said they got movies at the movie theater.
That's correct. Essentially what happens is that whatever's recorded can be put into any medium as long as there's a feasible way to do it. Books, movies, music even. That's how they keep getting modern media in here.
Yeah.
So if I look into my section, I'm gonna find a bunch of film reels about my past, aren't I?
Possibly, if they are to be recorded as such to be understood. Although if you've ever seen any monster movies, those would also be fed into this. But the vast majority of what's here is books, so...
Because the way it was worded, right, I assumed it also recorded some aspects from our memories, like what we did and like what. Well, not just in written form, but like.
Okay, let me be as specific as I can. It records your memories and experiences primarily in written form of books. But if you recall other sources of material in such a way that it could be portrayed in books, music, or movies or other media, then it can be presented in such a way. If you remember a book, it'll be printed. If you remember a movie, it'll be put on film, or possibly written as a book. It can go back and forth as needed.
I will say, Barry is most definitely the type of person to go back and watch reruns of his old matches.
Which means that theoretically, your memories would be available to some degree as film.
Alrighty, I'm gonna announce what I'm looking for and see if I can't open this card catalog up.
You open up the card catalog, but the problem is that it opens up and it reveals a slew of cards and references to material, all of which unfortunately has a reference to a person with either the first or last name of Mai.
Oh, okay, I see. We gotta be more specific. Okay, Barry's gonna close the drawer.
Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's totally reasonable. You know what? Genie's lamp rules. You gotta be very specific. Okay, let me try this again now that we understand the rules of engagement here. I am looking for books or potentially film reels of Barry Golea's wrestling matches. Opens up the drawer.
When you open up the drawer, you find 10 reference cards, 7 of which are books, and 3 of which appear to be film reels.
Heck yeah! Can I borrow the 3 film reel? How much do we want to borrow here? I kind of just want to get the film reels personally. Well, Barry would just want to get the film reels.
That's fair. You are allowed to take the cards off the rack, and it points out in the very back area of the library where you can find these film reels.
Alrighty, cool. Let's go! Barry's walking forward with some pep in his step. He's excited.
It takes you a solid 5 minutes to walk into the very back part of this library, and you're sure that you still haven't reached the absolute back end of it. It almost seems endless in a sense, but you do find a rack of film reels, and you find the coordinating film reels that have the number on the card.
Sweet. Now I imagine we gotta check these out like it's a normal library, because that would make sense. This is just Barry saying all this stuff out loud, because, this is a magical library. This kind of place could have his own, he knows.
That is correct, so go right ahead.
Yeah, just walk up to the front desk.
You actually see a familiar face. You see the larder beetle you met the first time you came here, named Darius.
Oh, hey! It's you! It's, Darius, I think? I'm sorry, a lot has happened over the past few days.
He actually smiles at you and reveals his bright orange name tag. That's me.
Well, I wanna check out these here film reels.
3 film reels. All right, that'll be a Z a piece, and you have 2 weeks to return them.
Oh yeah, yes sir. All right, let me just dig in my bag here. He'll take out 3 Z and pay for it.
Alrighty. He places them in a brown paper bag with built-in handles and hands it to you.
All right, awesome. On a side topic, do you know where we could get a film projector?
Ooh, that's a good one. Most of the film projectors that we know of are actually just at the movie theater, but you might be able to find one at the antique store. Oh, I should specify the appliance store or the antique store.
Ooh, all right. We'll make sure to hit that up. All right, thanks there, bud. He was holding the bag in his right hand, but he'll move it to his left hand and offer the man a handshake.
He'll take the handshake, and you definitely make his hand hurt with that one.
All right.
It's unexpected.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. We'll be seeing you later when I bring these back. Barry's holding up the bag excitedly, like a kid who just got a bunch of candy out the candy store. He's like, "We got it. We're gonna watch some of my old matches."
Alrighty, so where are you heading next?
We're off to I think I said the appliance store first.
Alright then. The appliance store is a relatively normal-looking beige-brown building with a dark brown roof, and there does appear to be the same obvious sign of damage from marauders coming by, with a couple of the shopping carts tipped over and their wheels bent inwards. But the inside looks relatively normal. It's all electronics as far as the eye can see, although most of them are old-fashioned style and made of either metal or wood, very little plastic here. except for the few bioplastic appliances that they just couldn't get around. And at the front register, you see what looks like a corgi man in a blue polo shirt, his gold name tag stating Arden.
Hello there, sir.
How can I help you?
Well, I was hoping, and I heard a bit of information that I might be able to find a film projector here. I wanna watch some of these. I wanna watch some movies at home.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. I don't know if we got any in stock. Let me check. He hops down from behind the counter, revealing himself to be like just under 5 feet in height, and heads toward the back end of the store, looking in the older and bulkier part of their selection of appliances. Let's see, what do we got here? Ah, there it is. He reaches down and manages to find a single movie projector available. It's an old-fashioned model, a little bit of a dust pile on top of it because very few people request these, and he holds it up to you. I think this is what you're looking for.
Yes. Oh yeah, that'll. Well, let's just do a quick comparison check. Can Barry take one of the reels he got and just make sure it all strings on properly?
He takes the film reel that you hold out and locks it into place on the reel holder. It also comes with a pre-existing spare reel of the same design and metal, and it looks like it all feeds into it perfectly.
Awesome. All right, how much do I owe you?
This bad boy's been on our shelves for a while, but best I can do would be 20Z.
That's the
I
noise
got
Barry
it.
makes. He pulls out his wallet. How much? He says 20Z.
I got it.
What do y'all get this one? I'm a little short.
All right, well, he carries it up to the front counter for you and accepts Ignis's generous offer of paying for it, 20Z for the projector. He doesn't have a bag or anything that he can put it in. You're going to have to carry it by hand.
That's fine. One hand's got the bag of film, the other one's he's just got it propped up on his shoulder. Got the film projector on his shoulder.
Well, all right then.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged. I'm so excited.
Have a great day.
You too. Barry's gonna start power walking back home.
You going to start playing the movies immediately, or you got to wait till later?
Well, I was getting ready to ask that to the homies. Like, hey, so do we just want to take the rest of the day off and watch some movies, or do we have any other agendas we need to take care of? I want y'all to watch my film, but I ain't gonna force y'all to change your plans to watch my film.
Well, I don't recall anything on the schedule aside from visiting the pet store. So we may as well let this be another way of us getting to know you, because I'm be real here, Chief. We need more of the social thing going on. I've been the only one talking about myself so far.
Yeah, that's true. Again, I apologize for that. I was just famous enough where it's like I didn't really find much anyone who didn't know me.
And I know with all my experiences whatnot, I have been talking when unprompted, but there's a lot of shit that I just need to explain whenever some situations arise.
Yeah, every time we try to explain context for one of your adventures, it just raises more questions.
When you live 90 years and have been across most of the world at this point, you get a lot of fascinating stories. Good and bad, really.
We're apparently not Frankenstein's monster, but then again, we have all the time in the world, apparently.
Listen, man, we may have not had an IRL Victor Frankenstein. We had the closest equivalent to an actual IRL Dracula terrorizing Transylvania. What more do you want from me?
I don't know. Pick a better novel. I read the story of Frankenstein in college. I liked that one quite a bit. I don't know why. I was never very much interested in history and anything like that, but for whatever reason, when I came into college, I just really took up a fascination with history.
Then you're gonna love what I have to tell that they kept off of the history books.
I'm sure.
Well, more so about me and my division. More happy war glory stories.
Okay. See, that we can work with. There's probably a few movies for you in there somewhere.
Let's say you set up the projector, so that it projects against the one clean wall in your living room as though it's a movie screen, essentially. And it's not particularly difficult to set up or anything. It's just point and direction, plug it in, and, power it on. And it basically works automatically, aside from the speed the speed dial.
I'm going to assume there's no audio. Do film projectors do audio?
Yes, actually, film projectors
Oh!
can do audio. It depends on the model.
Oh, did we get one that does audio?
Yes, you did.
Awesome. It's like, all right. While Barry's setting it up, he'll actually be talking. Okay, so since we're doing this thing, well, apparently I haven't told y'all about backstory. Basically, grew up Southern boy in Georgia. Not much to talk about on that regard. I had two brothers. It was just my two brothers, my mama. Never knew what happened to my daddy. Mama never talked about it. And I just kind of ended up being the biggest. I played a little bit of sports in high school. Ended up getting a free ride to college for that. And when I was in college, I needed to make a little money on the side. So I started moonlighting out. Oh, yeah. I'll drop the film. Okay, we're fine. So, okay. Now that I'm done panicking, Barry pushed the film reel on gently. What ended up happening was I ended up kind of just moonlighting a kind of local. Honestly, it was more like a fight pit than a wrestling ring. But that ended up getting me noticed because I just had a particular flair for it. And I kind of just got an opportunity to kind of hit the big time, get on TV, all this, that, and the other. And I never looked back. Never finished college. And not much to tell other than that. I wrestled some more. And then now we're here.
We'll say that the three movies are... Okay, let's say that the first one is basically the anthology of your overall life, like where you started from where you ended. Basically a recap of everything you said, and it's the span of about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The second movie is going to be, however, a compilation of your greatest wrestling performances, where he is constantly doing the high fly acts, the slams, everything that you can possibly imagine a pro wrestler to do, including the use of that little bit of gold magic that he has so vehemently put forth that he knows how to do.
Yeah. Barry's during the whole process, he's kind of explaining what he was what him and his opponent were thinking and doing in that moment. It's if you look here, he was trying to hit me with his chop right here, this fire imbued chop. But he put a little too much oomph into it, so I had to put a little bit of gold on that, so he didn't actually burn my ass. Because it's wrestling. This ain't MMA. We don't actually try and kill each other. That's the reason I learned how to do gold magic. I was kind of the first one to do that as a safety thing, and to my knowledge, it kind of became an industry standard afterwards. Just because of there's probably some incidents here, there, and yonder of people going a little too hog wild, and there'll be some injuries. And he's just excitedly talking about it. This is his stuff. This is his glory day.
Mm-hmm. The third movie, however, is a bit different. It's compared to the first two, which were a little granular and a little warbled because memory is fucky that way. This one is a little bit clearer than the other two. It is a movie that appears to lead up to and is titled as such in a weird way, as an accident.
It's is it literally come up with a title, The Accident?
More or less.
Barry looks at that and he gets uncharacteristically quiet. It's
It also lists the date and the location and the matchup, like how any other pre-recorded wrestling event would show it. Well, any recorded wrestling event would show it. But I'll let you describe this one since this is your deal.
Yeah, Barry's trying to fumble with the machine. Where's the pause button on this thing? I don't want to watch this one. I don't want to watch this one. Where's the pause? How do I stop this stupid thing? Okay, I guess we're doing this, huh? So this one, the title screen when it comes up with the wrestlers, you just see on the left hand side Barry Golea, the hero, or something like that. He probably had some grandiose title because he was the face, right? And on the other side, You see kind of this dude in like with his like back facing the camera, the sunglasses, black leather jacket, kind of mean looking dude. And his name is Jane Donson.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. I see I see you caught on to I see you caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry's just like, oh, him. Alright, so this is Jane Donson here. He was my self-proclaimed rival. I didn't ever like him that much. He had a bit of a mean streak. He would have done better in MMA or something, because he just generally liked hurting people. You know, with me, I was just all about putting on the show. Him, he was genuinely competitive. You know, and the match starts, and it's hell in a cell, right? You know, it comes in, they're doing like the pre-game, like smack talk, you know, the crowd work and all this, that, and the other. And Jane's doing all this shit talking on Barry, like, oh, you got all your fancy moves, your aerial shenanigans, those fancy wings of yours. I mean, I can't do nothing like that. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna bring you down to my level. And the cage like comes down on top of the ring. Barry takes the microphone, and is like, let me tell you something, brother. You think just cause you think you could cage me? You think you could cage Barry Golea? And I ain't gonna drop the smack down on you? No, sir. Ain't no one put a cage on Barry Golea. He tosses away the microphone, and they get down to business. And there are times it looks like it's an honest-to-God fight. And even Barry, at present, Barry's even looking at it like, yeah, if you look here, he ain't pulling nothing. I knew it was like gonna be an honest-to-God fight with him. Yeah, competitive bastard. Yeah, all my big finishers was kind of off the ropes with the help of my wings. Good times, man. Which some of y'all might note, Barry doesn't do good with heights, and you've never seen him fly or use his wings. So it's kind of an interesting thing to look at, right?
Right.
And they're fighting, and it gets to the point where Barry's like, let me tell you something, brother. You think you can cage me? You cannot cage Barry. He grabs Jane and flies them up to the top and busts through the roof of the cage, and now they're fighting on top of the cage. This is some shit right here. This is like the crowd's going wild, no one knows what's happening next, and it's crazy. It's kind of just an all-out brawl at this point, which is, you know, probably very different compared to some of the previous wrestling matches we're showing you, and like pointed out, because, you know, it's a performance, it's not a fight. This one's a fight. Because Jane's a fucking asshole. And it kind of all leads up to this big climactic moment where Barry's kind of hovering off the ground and flying in for this big tackle, right? Kind of like the spear, if y'all have ever seen that particular move. And Jane kind of jumps up in the air and does this borderline acrobatic spin. And Barry's like, yeah, that was his signature move right here. This was his death roll. Jane's a crocodile, by the way. I never said that. I really should have specified that sooner. Jane's a crocodile. So, you know, yeah, this is his signature move here, his death roll. Very aptly named, given what it is. And Barry, like, opens his mouth like he's going to keep narrating what's happening. But nothing comes out as he just kind of stares open, slack-jawed at what's going on. Basically, in the film, right? Barry is charging towards Jane. Jane jumps up in the air and manages to grab a perfect hold of Barry and throw him kind of towards the edge of the cage. Because bear in mind, they're on top of the cage. That's a big ass fall. And there's this moment where it's like, oh shoot, Barry's gonna fall, but he might be fine. But at the angle Barry got thrown, one of his wings and elytra got kind of caught in the corner where the ceiling meets the wall, where it's like now he's just kind of hanging by that, and he's like, this ain't good. And Jane, being the fucking asshole he is, comes over there, stomps on Barry's head until the whole ass thing detaches, that's not good. That's genuinely bodily harm. And it kind of, the film doesn't necessarily cut in that moment, but you just see Barry fall and not much happens with the film after that. Like, you see emergency personnel running in, then it's just, boop, it's over. Barry's just staring at it slack-jawed. Like, he like does one hand kind of over his shoulder, gripping where, the wing was ripped off before. But you look at him now and he's fine. That match. Yeah, that's about where it started going downhill for me.
So even you have your scars and your other failures that you don't like to talk about?
Jane's a fucking asshole, man. Whole ass ripped my wing and elytra off. Since the film cut off, I guess I should fill y'all in. The match was kind of canned in that moment, and I was rushed off to the hospital. It was bleeding pretty badly because I just lost an appendage. They got me to the hospital quick enough where they're able to use healing magic to get it back on there, but it's never quite been the same. I haven't flown since.
It's a kind of pain you can't forget,
Yeah. Of all the matches they had to get on film, it had to be that one. Barry's still got one arm reached over, clutching his shoulder, just almost like he's still trying to hold, making sure that the thing don't fall off again.
I mean, if any of my adventures became a film reel, I know they'd be using a lot. Even the moments I was never really proud of.
Barry doesn't respond. He's just kind of shaking.
On a more brighter note, though, question-wise, to deviate from this a bit, well, I haven't really watched wrestling. I have gotten the general idea from an old friend that you often get called very exaggerated yet entertaining nicknames of the sort to make the flair more dramatic.
Yeah, there's a fair few people that had their nicknames. James over there, his was just the Croc. He wasn't very creative.
Well, what about you?
I was mostly just Barry. I don't know.
The people didn't call you anything? They didn't... Because I could probably think of a few things, but...
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I never thought about that I didn't make it that far as a player, so... Yeah. I'm just giving you the real life reason why this is the answer I'm given.
That's perfectly
Fair enough.
fine. And honestly, dude, I'm giving you a fate point for your telling of that, because that is a horribly painful backstory moment. I think you've earned that.
Yeah, I was shaking in real life. I have to method act this shit. That's how I got the shakiness.
The wrestler friend in question, I feel like if he was still around somehow, Jean was the name, and he was a Canadian bear man. He was actually a member of the division I've been hinting at. Punched the lights out of a lot of Nazis, collected their tooths that came out, and, well, was a pretty chill party animal in the right setting. You would have enjoyed his company, Barry.
Well, that's good to know.
He was
truly.
He was the muscle and, of course, the good morale that we needed on the team. I mean, not something you'd expect with a division name called the Hell's Scavengers, with our whole goal of entering what may as well be called Hell and looking for stuff on the Führer's wish list, but he was good company to have.
Yeah. Always good to have someone maintain morale in those dark circumstances.
I need to get around to talking more about them, because you've all technically met Techno. Though why he skipped out on a chance of a happy afterlife and was hovering near me, I'm still confused about. I'll probably have to ask him the next time I come around. But
I don't know. Loyalty, duty, maybe y'all was just really good friends.
Regardless,
it's not all that different from the way I watch y'all back now. The only difference is I'm doing it more from the front.
Joseph points over to the sniper rifle he has stationed on a rack close by. You've met, well, the memoriam of Laura, my girlfriend, and
Is this the same person you had the daughter with?
Obviously.
I don't know. When you live for a long,
Okay, I will say that because of how harsh the standards were, we did have to have a bit of a secret marriage among just us.
Oh, how sweet.
And then, as I've stated last time, we did have to sadly say goodbye to the daughter when she was born.
Damn, you two have some really deep backstories. I'm really grateful that both of you can actually share in this moment as a DM.
Yeah.
But
I gotta know, what's Ignis doing during all this?
I think he's just stunned in silence.
Yeah.
the reason that Sniper is named after her and is the quote-unquote memoriam is because, well, that was her sniper, and I've just kept it ever since.
Man, you are a museum of fascination, I swear.
You could have just left it in a museum.
Yeah.
He's got an ancient ass sword. He's got an ancient ass sniper rifle. He's wearing a plague doctor suit.
You belong in a museum.
You belong in a museum.
I'll say the plague doctor suit is more just there to instill fear in like the modern crowd. Because the Nazis were already afraid of Joseph. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
But when you get back to civilization and have to deal with like some modern thugs here and there, and have to work as a mercenary, that's kind of what you're expected to wear.
That's fair. Okay, well, so by this point, Shimo will have marched her quote-unquote happy ass inside, covered in bramble and leaves and twigs, sword in hand, looking like she just conquered, like, all of name a country, and I think she's looking to test out her re-earned and re-practiced sword skills now.
She's conquered all of China with fireworks.
The trees no longer speak Vietnamese. They don't speak at all.
She killed the Lorax. How could she?
Okay, well,
Barry's gonna like go look at the newspaper because he's still kind of reeling from.
I hear a car alarm in the background.
Yeah, I'll be here.
That's yeah.
That's fine. We can ignore it.
Yeah, be like that.
I hate it here.
Don't we all?
Yeah, Barry's gonna go like pick the newspaper back up because he wants to move on swiftly from everything that just happened.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hey, any of y'all like seafood?
You know, now that I think about it, none of you guys have had any of the seafood dishes. You always stuck to like noodles and beef. You never actually had any of the fish.
No, we didn't.
No, we did not.
I'm gonna be honest, if you guys had done that, you would have noticed that that meal specifically would have been more expensive.
Dear God, it's a good thing we didn't.
Yeah.
Not by, it would have been like 2Z instead of 1, and then I'm sure you would have inquired why, and that would have, yeah, you get where I was going with that.
Yeah. Well, we all fish.
But speaking of seafood, actually, there was a problem with the fish supply in the Blue Domain.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's why I brought it up.
Wait, did we visit the Blue Domain at
Not
all?
yet.
I'm not. It was like, well, if y'all want any fish, you better do it for Monday. Under this article in the newspaper, the seafood prices are going to increase this coming week. Decline in fish supply, that's just weird. Not to mention, it'd also be interesting to go see what that is now that we've confirmed the Yellow Domain's beach.
Yeah.
Barry's going to be like, well, we could also go hit up the Brown Domain here. We got this article here saying how its hot spring facilities renovations are complete. So, I don't know, could go hit up the hot springs. That seems like something, Chimo, this seems like something you would like. Go visit some hot springs. It just seems like right up your alley.
Chimo looks at the paper and just, I suppose.
Does it have like a picture of the hot springs?
There actually is a black and white photo of the hot springs itself, and it looks like an immaculate stone-laden facility.
Oh, if you remember, Oza here mentioned how it might be worth going to the Brown Domain just to go meet the Domain Master, because it seems like someone I would like. Of course, that's just a me thing. I don't know how much that pertains to y'all. You know, it's we're an even group here. We vote on shit.
Well, I guess that means you have two obvious directions you can go in. You can go to the Blue Domain and see what's going on with the fish, or you can go down to the Brown Domain and soak your heads.
There is also the fact here that the Black Domain shut down over a year ago as meant wood shortage, and I don't know what the correlation would be. That's also kind of interesting. Oh, by the way, Joseph, since you've slept through the morning reading of the paper, if you look here, this first article right here, the front page article, Marauder damage at all-time low. Recent attacks and damage down by an estimated 30%. Thunder Force endorses new team of vigilante heroes. Joseph, we're famous.
I mean, with how much attention we've garnered to ourselves, I'm honestly not surprised.
Alright, so where do you guys feel like heading first?
Barry's gonna put his vote in for the Brown Demesne.
Yeah, Ignis is also gonna vote for the Brown Domain since.
I mean, we may as well schedule the Blue Domain for next week's session. So Joseph will also vote for Brown.
Alright, Brown Demesne it is.
Oh, Brown Demesne's right next to the pink. Hey, Ignis, if we lose you, I think I know where you're going. Gives him like the elbow nudge.
The gate itself is a golden ring with a brown magic wall looking like a large cut of stone.
Ignis, I don't think it's a good idea for me to throw you in this one. You might get a concussion depending upon how you land.
Oh.
Barry's just gonna walk through.
Ignis is gonna follow.
After exiting the brown gate, you're greeted by the sounds of a few birds chirping, the scent of healthy earth, and the sight of a peaceful valley with a small meadow nestled inside of it. And looking beyond it, this meadow is surrounded by mountainous peaks, some as small as hills and some that stretch to the fucking heavens. Welcome to the Mountain Domain.
Who would have thought?
You know that makes sense. That tracks.
Now, in the center of this massive open space, you see what looks like a dead tree being used as a road sign, and it is pointing in 4 directions. Behind you is the gate, which is currently attached to a backside of a small wooden cabin, or a wooden shack with a small spring beside it. To the left is a hot spring. Ahead, it points to a mine, which appears to be pointing out a single rocky mountainside with a hole in the front of it. And off to the right, it points out the gym/store. And you see a moderately sized building.
Oh well, there's a mine here. Y'all wonder if Adagan gets some of his materials from here? Like, he seemed to be like he got most of what he needed from that volcano.
Wouldn't surprise me if he did.
It would be logical.
Alright, well, where are you guys heading?
We're here for the hot spring, so we'd probably head to the hot spring, but on the other hand, that store right there might have pertinent information.
Alright, so I guess we're going there.
Alright, I guess we'll head up the store real quick just to see what it's about.
This mixed-use commercial building only has 2 small storefronts, but both front sides are glass paned and wrapped in steel framing. You can see a mountain climbing store on the left and a gym on the right.
Oh, mountain climbing, man. I had actually done that one before. In character. In real life, I have done a bit of mountain climbing.
Oh, well then you should be able to point out where I'm doing everything wrong.
No, not that much.
Well,
I've been twice. My 11-year-old sister is better at it than I am, because she goes very often.
fair enough.
But regardless.
So, the store on the left is full of climbing harnesses, ropes, hooks, helmets, pads, picks, all the stuff that you'd expect to see. And the register in the back rents and sells these items and has racks behind it selling trail mix, magic rings in a brown hue, and about 6 different kinds of meat jerky.
Oh, brown ring. Okay. I realized how that sounded. That wasn't even the joke.
Yeah.
I was just going to be like, man, of course they're selling the ring of the magic type I'm already resistant to.
On the right side is a large gym full of workout equipment of all shapes and sizes, and bodybuilders of equal magnitude all working out together.
Now we need to find the 7 Chaos Emeralds to truly get off the island.
No, the hell with the Chaos Emeralds. Give me the secret ring from the Wii game.
The one ring to rule them all, and it's just
Not the right reference.
No, I say that, and then it just pans over to the most cursed artifact of all, the Sonichu medallion.
Damn it.
I don't know what that is.
Good. He's not versed in Christian lore. We're safe.
Thank
Don't know who that is.
Keep it that way.
Basically, in summary, if I was to write down everything that man has ever did or created, it would be longer than the Bible. Hell, it could be its own Bible.
Let's just leave it there and continue on.
Thumbs
I have
up.
nightmares of this
Sounds
man.
good to me.
I have nightmares of
Ignis.
this man.
Barry's gonna lean down to Ignis and point out the exercise equipment. See, that's what you need right there. You gotta get some meat on them bones. With your scrawny ass.
Damn.
Listen,
I feel-
he isn't going to say this to Joseph, but we've seen how built Joseph is to a degree already.
That's true,
moderate.
actually.
He's moderate.
Yeah.
He's moderate. He's got war scars, and he's got a cool tribal tattoo. All right, he gets
I
a
can't.
pass.
I can't do nothing. I can't talk shit on Joseph. Now I can say you also a little scrawny because you got a 0 athletic score. But like, I can say that I'm not going to because Barry knows better. I can rag on Ignis a little bit. I ain't gonna chance it with Joe.
What the fuck, man?
Anyways, I guess we'll just go over to like register. Yeah, Barry's gonna go over to like the register at the store.
Okay, so you're actually going inside the store. All right. Behind the counter is a koala man with slick back white hair and a blue polo shirt. His brown name tag reading Bungie.
Hey there.
How can I help you?
Well, you see, me and my friends here, this is our first time visiting this domain. So I was wondering, if you could like give us some information, like what the lowdown is. Like I see the store of rock climbing equipment. I see the gym over there. I saw the sign for a hot spring that way, but that's about all I know.
Bungie smiles a little. He looks like half asleep, and he's just you can tell he was clearly nibbling on a candy bar before you walked in.
Pretty accurate to actual koalas.
Yeah.
The only thing I could have said to make it more accurate is if he was chewing on a eucalyptus bar.
That's just
True.
I'm gonna feel really bad.
I mean, when the
I'm gonna feel really bad if he has a girl. Koalas have some cursed lore.
Oh yeah.
That.
Oh, no. Oh god.
We're not making that real life act.
Not at least not for this guy.
Yeah, I would hope
Don't
not.
say
for the
that.
I would hope not for the case of a humanimal, because I can only imagine a humanimal koala who just straight up dies of starvation because their food wasn't on a stick.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, koalas also actually have a smooth brain.
That is true.
Quite literally.
They literally.
Yeah.
The Brown Demesne is about anything that you can think of that's either heavy or earthy. You can mine resources, you can climb the mountains, you can work out, made from workout equipment using the ore from the mountains, or you can use the hot springs or the valley spring for its fresh water. Anything you can think of like that is found here. And the Domain Master is a reflection of this, I guess.
You lost confidence there towards the end of that sentence there.
Yeah, Coach is kind of a complicated person to talk about in this regard.
Oh, that's my favorite type of people. The people who don't even say their name, they just say they call.
Everyone calls him Coach because he's just all about the strength.
Oh, that sounds like my type of man. Sounds like my type of friend right there.
Were you planning on meeting him?
Possibly.
Well, since he's not stomping around in the mine, and I know he's not down at the hot spring, he's probably asleep on the practice mountain.
Oh. Why not just wait for him to wake up there? I might just not wait for him to wake up. I don't have no rock climbing practice.
Well, if you wanted to go up and meet him, all you'd need is a guide and some equipment. Practice mountain's designed for all ages.
I'm just gonna look back towards the boys. It's like, well, impromptu rock climbing adventure.
You know what? Sure.
It's been a while since I've had to do that.
Well, if you have experience, then we can get you past the practice walls. All we need to do is make sure you got a guide.
That is a fair compromise.
Yeah.
I ain't got no experience. Y'all gonna have to show me all the ropes, quite literally.
Bungie just stares at you and looks you up and down and goes, "You're made of muscle on muscle and you don't know how to climb?"
Yeah, that wasn't my type of exercise. I wrestled, I worked out, I surfed.
Oh, you're that kind of muscle bound.
Hey, this is all real muscle. I ain't on that like, I forgot the word.
Steroids.
Yeah, it's like, well, that wasn't what I was gonna say. It's like the difference between like bodybuilders and powerlifters. Like, I ain't on the stuff. Like, this is all real muscle. This ain't for show.
Okay, give me a sec. He calls over to the gym hap through a shared doorway and says he needs a guide to help
people get up to the mountainside, and you see one person walk over. I've got her information right here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me a sec.
I think Atlas Core, the player, is getting ready to be really happy.
Next thing you know, he ends up fighting a girlfriend.
I mean, Barry's never been opposed to the idea. It never quite happened.
He didn't find the right woman until maybe now.
And, you know, if it happens, it happens. Barry just rolls with the flow.
What you see walking over is a very muscular maned wolf woman, who has a fiery multicolored ponytail down her back over a basic black tight workout clothing, as well as an arm-length workout sleeve across only one arm, her brown name tag reading Jakira. Unfortunately, it's not who you were thinking of.
It's not Shakira.
God, 0 out of 10. It's not Shaquille O'Neal.
She walks over, and the two of them have a quick exchange, and she smiles and walks up to your group. She is more than willing to guide you guys all the way up the mountainside, no problem.
Sounds like fun.
Jakira smirks and looks all of you up and down. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need some protective gear for a party of 4, looks like. And Bungie walks back behind the counter and goes, that's fine, at 5Z ahead, that'll come out to... before I do that, you all can afford the equipment rental, right? And Jakira just goes, yeah, I forgot to mention that part. You want to head up, you need that equipment. Helmets, hooks, ropes, backpacks, all that shit. Not about to let some randos die on my watch.
That's fair and reasonable. Definitely don't have any intention of dying on this mountain.
So it'll be 5Z a person, like they said a moment ago.
It's actually pretty cheap. We can afford that.
Well, it's rentals, not buying.
I still don't have 20Z.
I mean, it's cheap rental-wise is what I meant.
I actually had to do a tremendous amount of math on this one because the rental rates for hiking equipment and mountain climbing equipment is so wild and out of the ordinary, and ranging that down to the value of the Z was incredibly difficult. I felt like 5Z was a reasonable value.
Yeah, that's why I said even for renting it's pretty cheap, because if you look at a real life example that not converting it to Z like quality, it literally is just too fucking outrageous.
Yeah, tell me about it. Alright, so anybody who wants to pay the fee can climb. If you don't feel like paying it or you can't, you can just stay down here and wait for the rest.
I'll pay for Barry. Barry's the one that wants to go up this damn mountain.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Ignis paid for a lot already, so Joseph is just gonna spot in.
That's fine. You are each handed a backpack with all the gear that you need, as well as a helmet and a body harness, just in case. And once you are all geared up, Shakira graciously guides you to the practice mountain, which is right behind the building and past the practice walls. Which, by the way, they are good old-fashioned rock climbing walls. They look like they're made out of colorfully painted stone.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've ever been on.
Now, the mountain in question looks about a mile high, and the ground leading to it has something of a beaten path. It's a good mix of stony walkways, spaces with face walls, and everything in between. So, there's a reason they call it a practice mountain.
You know, this is a very bad time to remember that I don't like heights. Barry's just like mumbling to himself, as if you two didn't just figure out why, like half an hour ago.
Jakira walks over and connects a rope between each of you, with giving you each about 25 feet of slack between. And she just grins at you. Hope you're ready for this, because I don't do slow.
Yes, ma'am.
And she trudges ahead through the entryway and up the dedicated path like she's done it 1,000 times before. Overall, the climb will take place over the span of about, let's say 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to need each of you to make either a physique or an athletics roll.
Nanashi, can I ask you a stupid question that I really shouldn't?
Shoot!
Can I roll a disadvantage because Barry don't do heights well?
You know what? If you want to do that because you think it's fair, I am okay with this.
Yeah, I don't have a
Like
physique or
not only
athletics,
that,
which is
but
something I do
Barry's
need
like
to-
pain is like once again fresh in his mind. He's not okay right now.
Okay,
So
despite
yeah, I'm gonna roll with disadvantage. It just feels right.
okay, despite being somewhat rusty when it comes to climbing, okay, Barry just got 2 good rolls back to back.
Yeah.
That's not even good rolls. That's the modifier doing work.
Hey,
The
that's-
roll I got, since I got disadvantage, without the modifier is a 0. Once again, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Fair enough.
So I got a fair +2, and then
got a medium
Ignis. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Barry, even with your disadvantage, you still physically understand how to hold on to walls and push yourself up and around. It's basically like a more rough version of any kind of bizarre cage match you've ever experienced. So you're not going to have to
Oh,
deal with anything
good.
like that.
Remembering cage matches. Great. Sorry.
Well, I guess I'm gonna do like a decent at best.
I mean, hey, as long as you don't fall.
All right, so here's what happens instead. Joseph, your pathway crumbled underneath your foot, causing you to fall like ever so slightly and stress your leg a little bit, but because of how well you rolled, you're not going to take any damage from that.
Well,
Fair.
However, Ignis, a rock unfortunately falls from overhead and bounces off of your helmet, rattling your head a little, and you're going to take a single point of damage.
yeah, I figured I was gonna take at least 8 point of damage.
And yes, these were pre-written.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
And you finally reach the top of the mountain where there is a mesa about 100 feet wide with several boulders littering it, most of which are taller than you, except for maybe Barry. Jakira unhooks each of you as you safely reach the top, letting you all walk around and enjoy the view. This practice mountain pales in comparison to the other ones surrounding you, but the view over the entire valley is still incredibly nice.
You know, as long as I don't look straight down, it's pretty nice up here.
Yeah, I should really practice climbing more. And this is me essentially telling myself that I should really get something related to physique.
Okay, get
Or
some
athletics.
athletics, my man.
Yeah, I need to get something. I need to
Well,
get.
on the bright side, if y'all put a point in physique, that's 5 more HP. That's why I'm so beefy.
It is.
Yeah, logically speaking, given that Joseph is a veteran, I should have also put something in physique, but I'll do that next time I level up.
Yeah, I'll probably do athletics.
I mean, you can use stealth for your dodges normally. The only reason that it didn't help you out here is because there's nothing to be stealthy about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't combat roll.
But where the two of you mentioned getting into shape, Jakira grins and says, well, if you're interested, we do have a gym memberships here. But we'll talk about that later. Now we need to go find where Coach is hiding.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. Honestly, that's like half the reason I'm here is because I want to meet this fella.
Well, in that case, how about you guys give me an investigate roll to see who finds him first?
I have no investigate.
Alrighty.
Got a +3 to investigate.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a plus for you as well.
Well, then roll it. Alright.
Shoot is still so far my highest stat.
What the fuck, man?
It'd be like that sometimes.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
So, between the four of you, and I already rolled for Jakira's investigate as well, between the four of you, you don't really see much on this 100-foot wide mesa other than just a bunch of boulders and grass, but Joseph, you do find a massive rock that has a weird pattern texture, and even weirder, it appears to be breathing.
I think I may have found the master.
And the second you say that, the thing you found begins to move, raising itself out of its small divot in the ground, stretching a pair of massive arms wide and unfurling a colossal tail, groaning loudly. However, and I hate to do this to you, man, but its tail accidentally swings out and pushes every one of your team backwards a bit, but unfortunately knocks Barry off the cliffside.
Come on, man.
Hey, you rolled the lowest, man. This is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. But if all the people to get hit with that kind of
I didn't want this to be the case, man, but not only does it make sense story-wise that you would fall off the mountain with your fear of heights, it also makes sense that you as the biggest guy would get knocked off by this the hardest.
Yeah.
Barry is falling backwards down the mountainside, and nobody can reach him in time, nor does anyone have the physical strength to grab and pull him back. That is a physique roll that...
no one can meet.
No. Now, here's the worst part, though. Even at this shallower height, you know landing from a fall like this will likely be serious. If you're wanting specifics, the mountainside is a style hang, which is a steep one between the 30 and 60 degree angle, and you'll take progressively more damage as you fall down that hill, and it will be unavoidable.
Oh, great.
However, from the corner of everybody else's eyes, you see that massive brown thing you spotted jump off the cliffside in the direction of your falling teammates. Now, Barry, as you watch that cliffside edge slowly fade from your vision as if by slow motion, you suddenly come face to face with a large brown creature that reaches out towards you with massive arms covered in what looks like scaly stone. And it grabs you and pulls you against its rock-hard chest, holding you tight in its massive arms, and curls tightly around you, and you suddenly become very dizzy in the dark as you are spinning like a hamster in its wheel going 100 miles an hour.
Is this an armadillo?
No,
That's what I'm
hold on.
getting
I know
vibe.
Nanashi. It's not an armadillo. I know what this is.
Or it's some other fucking thing.
You'll see.
I know what this is. I know what creatures. I know what animals Nanashi like.
Or is this an insect guy?
You'll see. Just give me a sec. It's leading up.
God.
He's building up.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Now, from the outside, those teammates of yours see this massive brown creature catch you in its body and roll down the hill with you inside it, smashing and bashing through several very dangerous jutting rock formations all the way down to the very bottom, right next to the marked entryway you guys started from. But once at the foot of the mountain, the creature uncurls itself and releases its death grip on Barry, letting them step away unharmed, if not very dizzy.
Yeah, I'm about to say Barry's not stepping anywhere. He's rolling on. I like the fact he takes one step and jump straight on the ground. Just.
Now, your savior stands tall at 8 feet tall and wide, his head covered in thick brown scales instead of actual hair, leading to a goofy grin on a long muzzle. His body is stacked with an absurd amount of muscle and tone, and the back of all of his limbs, tail, and likely his entire backside is covered in something akin to dragon scale, and for some reason the only clothing he's wearing is a white loincloth.
Oh.
You're gonna get several artists excited, like with Miranda. I hope you know that.
This hulking pangolin man leans down.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He's a pangolin.
I've never heard.
Imagine an armadillo got crossbred with a velociraptor and got covered in dragon scale.
Oh, this thing. Yeah, because when you described it, I was thinking this is an armadillo, right? Then I remember armadillos just have a fucking sort of cousin, I
Really
guess.
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I was saying, this hulking pangolin man leans down, looking you over with earthy brown eyes, and in a halting and slow manner, he attempts to talk with a deep, tongue-heavy voice.
You okay? Hurt?
Oh no.
No, not hurt. Little dizzy. I'll let you know if I'm hurt when the world stops spinning.
He actually gives you a thumbs up, turns around, and starts climbing his way back up the mountain on all fours like it's nothing, managing to make it all the way up to the top within, like, not even 5 minutes.
Oh wait, I'm still down here.
Yeah, he's letting you rest while he goes back up.
Okay.
Back at the top, you can see just clearly enough from your height to see the brown thing has grabbed your friend, rolled down the mountainside with them inside, and released them safely. But then you see that creature running and climbing back up the mountainside, its claws digging into the rock and earth like it was butter, and makes the climb back to the edge in a matter of only a couple of minutes. And upon reaching the top, the creature hefts itself up onto the flat surface with no effort. And he carries a giddy smile as he looks down over all of you curiously, because as I said, probably about 8 feet in height. And he goes,
Friend, okay. Ride down?
I think this is just dumbfound.
he turns around and points to his massive scale back, offering to let you guys ride down on his back to the bottom of the mountain, rather than going down the path you took to get up here.
I'm more so stunned about how, despite his size, how quick he moved to save Barry, but may as well regroup down the mountain with him.
And Jakira steps up and stands behind him, leaning against his hip. You got nothing to worry about. This here's Tlaylock, but everyone calls him Coach. He's the master of this place and a hell of a rock climber.
My friends call me Coach.
I won't lie, that is a slight amount of the inspiration behind the name.
Left for
Yeah.
Speed 2. When's Left for Speed 3?
And he gives a toothy grin at the praise, but she pats his forearm twice before stepping away and heading back toward the path. I'm going down the long way, so you can either go with me or go with him.
Well, considering that as a doctor, I kind of want to check on Barry, see his condition. I'll take the quick way down.
For the sake of argument, we're going to say that Chimo, instead of going that way, will just go down with Jakira instead. How about you, Ignis?
I guess also gonna follow Shakira.
Okay, you're taking the slow path.
Just to practice a bit more with the climbing.
That's fair. Alright, well, once you climb onto his back, Joseph, he starts borderline walking down the mountain almost perfectly vertically the whole way, stepping and hopping over every crevice and sheer side with relative ease. And when he reaches the ground, he lets off everybody that rode with him, which in this case is you, picking you up with one meaty hand like he was picking up a rag off the floor and setting you down gently in front of Barry.
Barry's like sat up at this point, just looking up at the mountain and having to come to this realization.
Okay.
I really just fell from there.
Nanashi's gonna have a lot of consequences from this pangolin character, because he already had the consequences with Miranda. Now he gave us Beefcake Himbo Pangolin Man. I don't know how the viewers are gonna fucking deal with this.
I will live with these consequences. Besides, there are two other masters you haven't met yet. They're probably going to be even worse.
Oh no, you did this on purpose. You want the clout.
You guys are the ones who chose to come here, not me.
Oh, okay, fair, but
You
still.
the NPCs. You made them all hot.
It's literally that one Squidward meme with a lot of these people, and a lot of the people saying this are non-furries. What have you done?
Oh.
So let's say
boy.
that for the next few minutes, you investigate Barry and make sure he's okay. And for the record, he's fine. He's just very fucking dizzy.
Yeah. I like to think by the time they get back down there, sat up. I'm no longer just on the floor, incapacitated.
Sounds good. And after you give him a good once-over is when everybody else in your party reunites and joins in to make sure that he's okay.
Barry's gonna like stand up at this point, maybe still a little shaky. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the save. You are big, even by my standards. Holy crap.
When you call out to him, he stomps up to you guys and kneels down, which means that he is still at eye level with Barry, even at that part. And he raises his arms out to his sides and says, "Sorry," and is offering a hug as an apology.
Oh, I'll give him the hug. It's like, hey, no problem, you know. All me for not paying attention.
And when he wraps his arms around you and gives you a bear hug, and without any effort lifts you in his arms with a bear hug that you are 999% certain will shatter your ribs if it goes on too long.
Okay.
Wait a minute, this isn't a pangolin, this is a beware, mister.
All right.
He lets you go after a minute, causing you to flop on your ass on the ground, which is when Bungie appears from behind your group, holding a cardboard box full of metal water bottles. Figured you guys could use a drink from all the excitement.
Yeah, that's the way to put it. Let me get one of them quick.
Tlaylock also steps up and picks up one of the water bottles between three of his long talons, but instead of drinking from it, he holds it over his head, pierces through it with a nail from his other hand, and just drinks the water as it pours out the bottom.
That you said metal water bottles.
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Oh, you are. I know the domain masters were strong, but you're on a whole different level. That's crazy.
And he just gives a big old grin.
I swear, one of these days we're gonna find an NPC that is just a literal titan.
You're meeting him. This is him.
No, like bigger.
I
I
mean,
don't-
he's 8 foot tall and wide. What more do you want?
You said Titan, and I'm just thinking of Megamind, and I'm like, oh no, we don't want to meet that.
God.
You see- Come on, man.
We meet a domain master who's just an incel. I don't think we're ready for that.
And after he finishes off his water bottle, He crushes it in his hands, obviously, and just dumps it back into the box, knowing full well that thing is not going to be reusable. And he clears his throat as best he can. You hear what?
Well, a couple of reasons, actually. For one, we read about the hot springs getting renovated in the newspaper. Thought we ought to come check that out. And for two, we ain't never been here before, and we had it on good authority, or we had it on a real friendly individual we might need to be. Especially for me, being amongst my group, the big, strong, beefy one. But you make me look like him, and I point to Ignis. Like, that's crazy how... I knew the Domain Masters were strong, like some of them were stronger than me, like a bunch of them were physically stronger than me, but you're on a whole different level.
He just gives you a toothy grin. Thanks. Yeah, I'm actually trying to remember how that conversation went. Zahir said that he might be able to give you a run for your money in arm wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because like we were talking about Zahir's regalia being the Nova Gauntlets. And Barry was joking, like, we ought to arm, except you'd be cheating because you just used 2 arms at the same time. And here's like, oh, if you want to arm wrestle, you got to go meet Tlaloc in the Brown Demesne.
Well, here he is.
You do not disappoint. It's like, guys, are you seeing this?
I rode on this behemoth's back, and it was one of the more pleasant rides I've ever had when it came to riding on someone's back.
Yeah, like, I wasn't really able to watch him going up because I was still too dizzy to see. But I was watching him coming back down with y'all, and he just crawled on the mountain.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the image in the Fate chat right now, and I have a very funny... I had a very funny idea cross my mind.
Oh boy.
If you were to put tattoos on this man, it would look like Maui's persona.
Little bit.
I could see it.
What
Yeah.
can I say except you're welcome?
You're welcome.
Except he wouldn't be able to say that phrase.
Cease and desist. But he can't say the phrase. Don't care.
But yeah, while you guys are talking, he's just gonna walk back over to the gym building. And I didn't mention this before, but there's a pair of stone benches, very awkwardly shaped ones, and he actually grabs one in each hand and just starts bench pressing them with one hand each.
Barry's just like trying to spit out words, but he doesn't. He is a mountain in and of himself.
And Shakira just smirks and starts laughing. Yeah, that's Coach for you.
Like, we've met a few of the other Domain Masters at this point. I shook all their hands. They were all physically stronger than me, which still flabbergasted me, because, like, where I come from, I am the strongest.
Wait,
So to
what about
have met
Miranda?
this many people in a row make me look
wait.
weak.
Wait, what about Miranda?
I didn't shake her hand. She scares me.
Yep. Yeah. Miranda is strong in a different regard, and, well,
Hers
a lot
is
of
more
people...
emotional.
Yeah, basically, and another factor that Nanashi let us in on when someone AI generated an image of her.
Yeah. There is now fan art of her that's technically AI generated.
We're down the line, if we got more viewers, we're gonna see a lot of funny Freddy Forsyth posting.
God, I hope so.
Jakira just shakes her head. It's been a while since the guy's even had a decent challenge, you know? Like, look at that. What can compare?
I don't know. Has he ever just tried bench pressing the mountain? He could probably do it.
Where do you think the mine came from?
I mean, when I found him, he left a crater from where he was laying down, a literal indentation for him to rest in. If he can do that, I can imagine that he could very well shape a mine out of a mountain.
By the way, in the distance, another group of curious onlookers has walked through the gateway, which catches Tlayloc's attention, and you watch him set those stone benches back down and run toward them like an excited toddler, leaving footprints in the ground with every step as he runs.
Oh no!
He's literally the
boy.
epitome of a gentle giant. Look at him.
He's like an oversized, muscle-bound, mountain-shattering puppy.
Joseph, I need your military mag expertise. Do you think Do you think there's any type of look? I would never suggest hurting this man, but just for the sake of theory, do you think there's any type of explosive that could even remotely damage him? I don't think so.
Well, around that time, the closest thing we had that could work were the German artillery, aka the rail cannons on those trainways, and well,
Gustav?
basically, and then you had the fat man and the little boy that hit Japan.
Ah,
Yeah, that one.
But-
Might be able to
but-
damage him, but that's not from the explosion. That's from the nuclear fallout, and that.
That's why I'm not going to humor that, because well, to do that to a guy like that would cause no doubt irreparable damage to the ecosystem of this island.
Yeah. No. Definitely, we're not doing it. It's just like, do you think there's anything in this world that could damage that man? I really don't.
I'm
so.
positive there is, but you need to be very creative.
well, I should mention that a moment later, you hear a loud thud in the distance in the direction of the gates. Playlock is on his back, on the ground, bellowing in pain.
What the?
What?
The new group's attention that appeared is now turned toward your group, all of them pulling out weapons and pulling on balaclavas.
Oh, shit. They hurt my boy. I'm going.
And in case you're wondering, that wound on his chest is glittering gold.
Oh,
Well,
no.
There's not going to be
well,
anything left. There's not going to be anything left for
well,
Chimo to
well,
arrest.
Well, Barry, it looks like you've
Barry's
not
already
only got-
gone. Barry's sprinting.
Well, Joseph is saying this while sprinting alongside Barry because he's also in alert. Well, you got your answer, but then again, that stuff was able to incapacitate a dragon, so I'd assume someone like him was no different.
There ain't going to be nothing left of these marauders for Chimo to arrest.
You also see a dozen more marauders pouring in, wearing only scars on their faces, heading toward your group. But you also hear the doors to the gym just suddenly shatter open, and about a dozen muscle-bound workout assistants charging, led by Jakira herself. We are looking at a miniature version of Endgame here.
Dude, the muscle people are just going to line up in 300.
Before the marauders can even get half the distance, those gym workers have sprinted toward those marauders and are taking them down 2-1. Except for the group that's in the middle, one of which is holding the golden sword that clearly did the damage.
Well, time to kill him.
Hey, does any of us have any health potions since we know healing magic?
I think I got one in the hall.
Now, the marauders all see you approaching, pulling out their weapons with glee, except for the one in the back wearing an oddly shaped helmet and long coat, who just walks back out the gate without saying a word.
Well, I think we found their leader.
As if,
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of confirmed that over the last 3 different domain visits.
Well, we didn't really see him up close up until now.
And that's where we're going to call the session for the day.
Okay.
Dude, Barry's not actively trying to kill anyone. I didn't try and kill someone here. That's fucked up.
You know, I mean, honestly, Joseph is kind of 50-50.
I mean, you just watched them fell a literal gentle giant. I would be surprised if you guys held back this time. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Now,
Listen, I'm be real here, Chief. When Joseph did that interrogation of it, everyone was like, you weren't really gonna do that, Joseph, were you? Meanwhile, the Marauders just give him more reasons to be as brutal as he can be.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this has been a fantastic session. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect you guys to go for Brown this quickly. I figured you'd go for one of the others first, because I didn't have my combat system prepared yet, but now I know what I'm doing next session.
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. Also, I do in fact have a health potion.
Oh yeah, you picked one up from your prior Marauder attack.
Dude, Okay, I think after this combat session's over, the next session, we need to go just like buy health potions en masse. Cause like this is happening, like this gold shit's happening way too damn often.
I mean, it is a villain plot hook at this point, so
Yeah.
you may as well be prepared for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, when we get to this next session, I'm gonna give them a taste of their own medicine.
Good.
Yeah, because I still have my two. Yeah, I still have my 2 gold swords. I could give one of them to one of you. I'm just gonna use the other one.
I'm gonna say Joseph already has his own sword, but honestly, if there is a marauder around, he may honestly just take a finger or tooth at this point. Send a real message. He'll fucking do it. Don't you tempt it.
So, how'd you feel about the session, guys?
That was great.
Yeah.
The moment you started describing a boulder that was moving, I'm like, oh my lord, I know Nanashi, that's fucking pangolin. You and me have talked so much about this in the past.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have.
You're the one that introduced me to pangolins as a creature. I didn't know that was a thing until you.
I mean,
guess
me
technically-
personally. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I guess technically that makes 3 animals that I've introduced you to that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, well, my introduction to pangolins was, of all things, Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Jungle Fury had a pangolin?
Yeah. It was, yeah, it was with the
Jungle Fury
introduction.
had an armadillo.
No, it was with the introduction of the elephant spirit.
Yeah, you're thinking of Wild Force.
Oh, was Wild Force had the armadillo? I never watched Wild
Yeah,
Force.
Armadillo had a Rhino Armadillo combo that basically acted like a soccer player.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Speaking of Jungle Fury, Raven, I should set up a session to where we could watch a Geki Ranger.
you might enjoy that.
I was about to say, I found it online, and I got in 20 episodes before I had to binge watch like other things on because I get recommended a lot of stuff and I can only like view stuff at a time. Recently I got hit with a very underrated classic that was like recent because a friend showed me like the first couple of episodes because their whole detail was like, oh, if you like Gravity Falls, you'll enjoy this series. They introduced me to an Amphibia.
I haven't seen it myself, but
Amphibia, it's sad as shit when it gets to the later seasons. Like I could understand why he recommended it to me.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this session up. So, you guys all had fun?
Yes.
Yep.
And what did you think of Tlaylock?
I like him.
Favorite domain master.
He's your new favorite?
Let's be real, I think it was kind of always the favorite. We just didn't make it that far yet.
All I know is that there's no doubt going to be very interesting art of the man, but aside from that, Joseph is going.
Wholesome for people to want to do R34.
You'd be surprised.
Yes, I was about to. You know how many wholesome characters there are that they still do that to?
You know what? Point taken.
Rule 34 exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that aside, next session Joseph is definitely going to brutalize someone for what they did.
Now, let's be clear here. Since this is the start of a new day, that means all of you have brand new fate points. All of you regained 5 hit points from where you were before, and all your mana points are refreshed. So you're basically going into this fresh stock and barrel.
Fair enough.
And I guess we'll go ahead and cut the session off here.
Dude, I have 2 permanent fate points now.
Yeah.
I never use
We all
them.
do.
Well, they'll come in handy at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I should have used a fate point during the climbing thing. God damn it.
Yeah, you could have
only
if you
took
could have
one
found a
man.
way to reason it.
Well, I mean, like stealth. Stealth like requires to be like
You're a
athletic.
burglar. Scaling buildings probably isn't outside of your area of expertise.
Yeah, we could probably label that as something under your Life of Bare Necessities feature, where because you did that, you know how to get in and out and around places easier, so we could rule that easily.
Yeah.
But,
Nah, well, at least there's next time.
yeah, there's always next time. Just try to remember how to use these things anytime there's an opportunity. Since you got refreshing points at the start of every in-game day, that means that you're always going to have more.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we'll go ahead and cut the session off here. Thank you guys for showing up again. I'm glad you're enjoying all the characters and all the fun that I put into this. And when we start the next session, we'll be immediately going into combat with the fucktards who hurt this gentle giant.
Yeah. Yeah. God may forgive you, but we won't.
Joseph is gonna put the fear of any god into these guys. like he did that one poor Aguada fellow.
Oh, yeah. Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.